Grabbing on my crotch, looking at my watch. It's time for the John and Ant Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the John and Ant Show. I'm John.
This is Ant.
And with the king of the smarks, Steve!
That's me, and you two are the king of the dumb marks that I call you.
King of the what?
Dumb marks.
The what?
D-marks. Dumb marks. Because smart marks is a terminology for smart mark.
King of the smarks in the building for today.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell him about yourself, King?
Yes, I am the king of the smarks, monoxide, and these two are the king of the dumb marks, like I said. I'm a bitter wrestling fan.
You could just end it at king.
That's
king. That's me.
No, the 3MB are king.
Well, yes, I am king of the 3MB fan club.
You have a problem.
Can I join?
And the Titus O'Neil fan club.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Hula.
Good God. Steve, tell him about yourself.
I don't like being mocked.
Let's see. I'm a bitter wrestling fan who loves very little and hates a lot. That's pretty much me. And you're going to be hearing that a lot every time that I'm on this show, which will be very minimal because they like to do this in the morning.
Yeah, right? It's a morning show. That
Yeah.
gets uploaded at 12 p.m.
Yeah, but that's when I wake up, 12 p.m.
12 a.m.
12 a.m., sorry.
Okay, well,
Our Raw previews are uploaded after Raw.
I wake up very late in the morning because I work too hard.
It's okay, King of the Smarks. We understand.
Okay, king of the DeMarks.
Oh my God. Anyway, we had this is our first Saturday show.
Yes.
So it's the first time we actually can talk about Smackdown for once.
Yes, the day afterwards.
Yeah. Wow. This comes to a surprise.
Now, it's an interesting edition of SmackDown to review, due to the fact that it is right before Elimination Chamber, and a few interesting things happen too. So.
Also, we'll get into it later. That WWE has a huge announcement Monday at 12 o'clock p.m.
What a twist!
Well, I think it's the announcement of where WrestleMania is going to be.
For 30, right?
Yep.
I think I already know where it's going to be. Does anybody want a spoiler?
No, if you want, go ahead.
They're saying it's going to be in Louisiana, New Orleans.
Right.
That's where they planned. In fact, they had a couple of locations, one of them being in Brooklyn. I don't know why. But here's the weird one. They wanted to do it in Beijing, of all places.
Wow.
Beijing, China. It would not work.
Out of all the foreign countries to do it, it was Beijing.
Beijing, because they have some arena there that's big enough to...
Well, I've seen that. I would think that the top candidate for a foreign WrestleMania would be Wembley Stadium in England.
You were right about Beijing. Also, Michigan Stadium, Cowboy Stadium. The Superdome is the obviously choice of being the favorite to run it this next year. And also, Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Hopefully no blackouts in the Superdome.
Yeah.
Pull the plug.
Yeah, no, that'll be when Undertaker enters. When their lights go out, they'll let the Undertaker come out.
Yeah, that'll be the safe.
That'll be the safe thing.
Oh, also, I want to get your chamber, because we made it. We made our picks.
Like who I think is going to win.
Yeah, but we'll get to that after the SmackDown results. And also, we have What If, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So, SmackDown, what started the show? If you guys remember.
What started the SmackDown
show? Big Show.
Chris, Big Show came out. He basically he noted about how he attacked 3 innocent people on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, Yoshitatsu and Alex Riley didn't see 7 foot, 500-pound Big Show coming, and he managed to nail them both in the face.
Nice.
Well, wait, how do you see a 500-pound man coming in your way? I mean, I wouldn't notice him.
You would feel him.
No, I don't think it'd feel him either.
He's 7 feet. I mean, Alex Riley was looking right in his direction.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Right in his direction.
7 feet, 500, that's not that big. I mean, you can miss him a mile away.
I see what you're doing here. Okay. But then he went out to the ring, and then cut it probably, as Del Rio put it, the best promo of his life, where he just stood in the ring, didn't say anything, and left.
I think Big Show was good.
Before that, he punched Matt Striker before he even finished his question. That was not nice.
I loved it. Take that, Matt Striker.
In my opinion, Big Show is one of the better big men that we've seen in a few years. He's obviously our generation's Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
But
pretty much.
He's not as athletic as Andre, but he can still do stuff that Andre couldn't do. So they both intertwine.
I always believed that the best big man at the moment was between Undertaker and Kane, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no.
The problem is that I love. I mean, Undertaker. I don't know if he could still do it now with the hip surgery he just had, but he could still jump right over the top rope. Kane still comes off the top turnbuckle every match. It's pretty impressive for people over 40. They're not like Ric Flair who just climbed the top rope to get thrown off in every freaking match.
Well,
but with regard to the Big Show, it's been a while since he's done anything athletic, really.
Well, here's the thing. Big Show's not supposed to be athletic. He's supposed to be a big guy who will dominate you.
Oh, of course.
You don't want him to fly off the ropes.
I just think it's... although he did a few...
well, he done a few times. I know he did the elbow drop at Survivor Series. I was there live to see it.
The only problem is, he's just... he's out of shape. And
he's not that out of shape.
Oh, my god. That thing is holding,
no,
holding him together.
Hold up. He's been in worse shape.
He's been... Well, yes, he has been. But he's been reduced to the point where his finisher's a punch.
Yeah. Well, the world... Wait, weapons of mass destruction.
That's so stupid.
WMD. No, WMD, not B.
The only good thing of that finisher is the funny scream he does before he hits it.
I know.
That's it. That's the only thing I like. And he did a lot of screaming when Del Rio, messed up his bus and then poured orange paint on him. I did appreciate that.
Speaking of screaming, after the show, I'm going to show you a clip of Ezekiel Jackson and Vladimir Kozlov screaming at each other. Unless I've shown you that already.
Yeah, I remember this.
We're going to watch it again just for the sake of it.
Why?
Because it's funny.
All right.
But we missed Jericho coming out.
Jericho.
Yes, Jericho did come
They
out.
had a little promo face-off, Jericho being Jericho, Big Show being Big Show.
Mm-hmm. They did acknowledge Jericho, which is interesting because usually if it happened that far back, it never happened.
Oh, I do have a rant about this, though. Because later they kind of hint that Big Show and Jericho would face each other at Mania. Because they start talking about how if Jericho wins the Chamber and Big Show wins the title, we'll face each other and we're going to do this to each other. Then Booker T comes out acknowledging, that match might not even happen, so why don't we have it tonight? So it's like, oh, thank you for giving away the fact that we know for a fact that now either Big Show nor Jericho is going to win their matches. So you just blatantly gave it away by saying...
I'm kind of happy that this match... I hope this match does not happen because this will be my bathroom break. I love Chris Jericho. I hate the Big Show.
I don't know how you can hate him.
The Big Show. It's time to call it. It's your stupid knockout punch you got. I'm sick and tired of it. You two, go home.
What's your beef with old people?
It's retire.
Undertaker's old and he's not retired and you still love him?
He's still... Well, now he looks out of shape. I'm sorry, Taker, but... Big Show...
He just hasn't dyed his hair yet.
He just hasn't
That's all. He just has a gray goatee.
Rocky Balboa.
With that getup.
Yeah, right?
He really did.
So we got the Booker thing, and they talk and blah, blah, this and that, and they make a match tonight. We got a Hall of Pain package video.
Again.
I guess we have Mark Henry versus Randy Orton.
Yeah. It was a decent match for what Mark Henry can do. You can't do much with Mark Henry because he's not mobile.
He's a fat tub of goo.
But what gets me about this match, we brought this up before the show started. A heel and a face go at it. Usually the face gets his attacks in.
Yeah.
Then the heel does something swarmy, starts taking control of the match for a good portion of it. Get the heat on the babyface. Then the babyface starts to make his comeback. Now, this is the part of the match where you either have the heel do something. Where he realizes he can't beat the babyface. So what does he do? He either A, cheats, or B, uses a weapon to get himself disqualified.
What a twist.
What a twist! Instead, we got Randy Orton using the chair. The face using it against the heel. So now the face can't beat the heel.
I guess, as they're going with it, I guess Randy Orton is turning heel.
Well, no, I don't think... Here's what I do like about that. I know you don't like the way that played out. I kind of do because it's kind of different. It's always the same. It's always the same garbage where the face is the one who's dominating and the heel can't get the upper hand. That usually changes with a Mark Henry in the match or with a Big Show or something, where the face will decide to do something. I think this fits anyway though because Randy Orton's always been the type of anti-hero.
Yeah,
he's been the face. Whenever he's the face, he's sort of the opposite of John Cena, I guess, where he does tend to cheat every now and then.
Okay.
He does show that in him.
No, it does.
He's always been like one of those characters who he doesn't talk much anyway.
But here's the
thing. And it's almost like what shows whether he's heel or face is who he's facing.
Okay.
because his promos don't give us anything.
No.
Well,
He's
They never
He's
have.
actually another one who can't talk in the mic.
Well, no, that's the thing because I
Orton?
think
He's got okay the mic skills and not the greatest.
I think he was okay with Evolution.
He was
And the
fine with
days
Evolution.
and the last few months after Evolution, I mean, he was good enough. But ever since this Viper gimmick, all he does is like stare at people,
Of course,
remind
that's
people
pretty
that his
much a
name is
Viper.
Randy Orton.
All right, but at the time when he was heel, it worked for him because he didn't have to say much. He just had to be sinister and do the dastardly things.
Right,
It's,
but as
it's,
a face, it doesn't work.
it's in the same vein as Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger does not need to talk on the mic. He, even without Zeb Coulter, which we'll get into, all Jack Swagger has to do is come out, do the whole beating his chest, smiling, doing the push-ups, doing the airplane. That's all he has to do.
He doesn't even do the airplane anymore.
doesn't
No,
do-
he doesn't.
do
But I'm
any of
saying,
it.
before he got Zeb
Except for
Coulter.
the chest pound.
I want to do the airplane again. Whee!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone.
I miss
Oh,
it.
I missed that.
No, none of that.
I miss it.
Anyways, so...
But Mark Henry wins by disqualification.
Yes.
Yeah, Orton beats him with a chair, and then all of a sudden Mark Henry reverses it to a World's Strongest Slam.
What's the twist?
What's a twist?
So it seems like Mark Henry's going to have a big role in the Elimination
Gotta
Chamber.
hope he tears his
My
ACL.
goodness. That's mean. That's a little too far.
Come
Wait,
on.
he's torn his ACL. God knows how many times now.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a terrible thing to wish.
That's a
Joe.
terrible thing
No,
to say.
you shouldn't wish it. We know it's going to happen at one
But
point.
it probably will happen. Like, as soon as it'll probably happen while he's standing in the pod.
Yeah.
Just waiting
He-
for his turn. It'll open,
he might pull a Kevin Nash where he just walks and tears his ACL.
Yeah.
and then Dolph Ziggler will take his place.
Good.
Dolph Ziggler.
Let's not even talk about
No,
Dolph.
but Dolph Ziggler will
And
just
then
be in
lose.
the job.
And then
lose.
lose. He'll be the first one eliminated.
lose.
No, but it should be like the least credible guy in there
But
that he loses to.
I just want to take a...
Kane, there you go.
How is Kane the least credible guy? Daniel Bryan's the
Oh,
one losing.
I'm just saying that to get a rise out of you.
Oh.
Daniel Bryan's the one losing matches every
Wait,
Raw.
I got a new name for Kane, the Big Red Dork.
That's true, yes.
Yes!
How does that make
Boom!
any sense? What is it? Because he has a degree in English? Is that why?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
A monster's not supposed to have any degrees.
Then if he's a smart monster.
No.
That should make him even more
A
intimidating.
monster's not supposed to be educated.
Because he can read better than you
Wait, we're getting too far.
and kick your ass.
Time out. I want to take a step back for a second. The thing with Orton, no matter what you do with him, no matter what if he's a face, no matter what he's a heel, he's still gonna get a fan reaction.
And that's pretty remarkable, I guess. I mean, it's again, I'm not a big Orton fan, never was, but it is pretty cool that he just has to walk out there and he gets a reaction.
That's it. So
And that's why he keeps getting. I guess that's why he's still employed.
Should we even talk about the women's match? Layla and Tamina?
well,
let's-
there was something in between with Mark Henry and Matt Striker.
Oh, yeah, the promo where,
Typical.
typical Mark Henry
Did
promo.
Mark Henry give him the world stars?
No, he just grabbed the mic and said, "You're gonna
Ah.
listen."
Not fair.
But then we had Layla versus Tamina.
Oh boy.
Layla, who not too long ago was not women's,
Divas.
Divas champion. Two different things.
Yes.
And this time actually had a fairly lengthy match against Tamina Snuka. Because I do remember a few SmackDowns ago she had one against Tamina where she basically got buried.
Who?
Layla.
To me,
In
if
like 3 minutes.
if you're gonna build Tamina up as this powerful, dominant woman, why don't you just throw a woman out there for her to squash? Just have her squash a bunch of women leading up into her match against Caitlyn.
You're right.
Because you want to know something? The story going into this match is that not that Tamina won a #1 contenders match, but that Caitlyn is bored and wants competition.
Well, here's the thing.
That's their story.
It's not even a story. It's basically not even a storyline because there's
pretty
no
much.
there's no build up for this match. The match was announced before there was any build up.
That's true.
Yeah, and you would
You
think.
got a point.
I mean, you couldn't have Tamina versus Layla in a #1 contender match and have them have this type of match and then Tamina wins.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean,
really don't.
to me, if you're going to go with the route that you did, just have Tamina squash a bunch of women you're not going to use and then have her look dominant going against Caitlyn so that Caitlyn looks like the baby face that can't beat Tamina, although you've hurt Tamina God knows how many times.
True.
You've made her look like a dork. So
Dork.
much.
Ooh.
The only other title match she was in was against Beth Phoenix, I think.
Which she looked good. That was at last year's Elimination Chamber.
It was, wasn't it?
Beth
Who's
Phoenix, WrestleCon, she's gonna be there.
That was ironic you say that. So, last year's Elimination Chamber, Tamina Snuka faced Beth Phoenix.
Exactly.
And lost.
And lost.
Yeah.
Which I think she's going to go for a trifecta.
Caitlyn,
Looks like
that will be even more.
Which is
Mark my words. Elimination Chambers new tradition won't be the Elimination Chamber itself.
Tamina
It'll
losing.
be a Tamina snooker match.
Where she loses.
Where she loses. In fact, there will be one pay-per-view eventually where there is no Elimination Chamber match in the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
He got bad,
And
man.
will
No Hell in a
revolve-
Cell match in a Hell in a Cell.
Right, exactly. And it will revolve around Tamina's title match.
Well, they've done it before with Survivor Series.
They've had Survivor Series pay-per-views with no Survivor Series
At
match.
one point, they had a few, I think.
Yeah, 98, I think was one of them.
Yeah.
Next, we get
The Rock.
The Rock.
Uh,
The Croc. Does his usual promo, I guess.
I actually didn't...
he didn't really cut his usual promo. He didn't...
Different.
He didn't do the whole immature insults and all that. He did the whole, I'm going to get you for the title, you're a spoiled kid. This was actually... I mean, it wasn't an amazing promo by any stretch of the imagination, because Rock...
One of his better promos.
It's one of the more
late,
tolerable
of
promos
late.
he's cut.
Of late.
It's one of the more tolerable ones, because it's no nonsense, just straightforward to the point.
Well,
I
it
mean,
is nonsense when, like I said, I've noticed the difference between Attitude Era Rock and this Rock. This is Rock that, I'm going to say he sucks.
Well, this Rock is no different than Attitude Era Rock, be honest.
It's just The Rock in a different era.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even just that.
It's The Rock trying to appeal to a different crowd, but also trying to appeal to the same crowd that might not be kids anymore. Think about it. When The Rock first came out, where were we? We were in middle school.
Yeah.
Elementary
I
school,
was in
middle
elementary.
school, something like that. And, we were just like, we love this thing. We
But
love this guy.
like I said-
And, looking back at his old promos, he always was kind of immature.
He was, but it was also
did
good at
have-
the time.
It's also good
Well-
at the time because he has better people to work with.
Well, not only that, though, here's the thing. For a gimmick to work for a long stretch of time, it has to evolve somehow. The reason why 2003 Rock worked was because it was an involvement of his character. It was a complete change and alternation of it.
Was that the Concert Rock and
Yeah, the
when he
Hollywood.
when he feuded with
When he turned heel.
Hurricane and Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan.
it was different.
I know.
Whereas now, it's the same Rock, it's the same tired stuff. Because I remember someone telling me, why are you mad at The Rock? He cut the same promo, the Raw before Elimination Chamber 2 years ago, the Fruity Pebbles one. What's changed? And my point was, it hasn't changed. That's the point.
But
It's not different.
Here's the problem, though. The Rock has already established himself as a legend. And you don't necessarily bring a legend back to change their character.
Well, you don't have to change, but that doesn't mean I have to like you for it.
No, I'm not saying you have to like him.
Well,
But
then there you go. I'm not gonna like him.
The natural consensus is, if you're going to bring back a legend, the reason you're bringing back the legend is because fans liked him at one point, and that's the person they want back. Thus, they're not going to change his character. If they bring back Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's going to be the same guy.
Yeah.
No, but here's what
If
I'm
they
trying to
bring
say.
back Undertaker, how long has he been the same guy?
Yeah, but here's what
You
I'm
know?
trying to say. You don't have to change gimmick. You have to evolve gimmick, which is a difference. Here, let me give you an example.
But, I mean, legends-
Shawn Michaels, here's a prime example. Shawn Michaels never really made a big change from his early 90s gimmick to when he went later on
When
in
he
the
returned
mid-90s.
yeah.
The only thing he changed was his look. He toned it a bit to make him look like a main eventer.
Oh,
You
I
don't-
think The Rock toned his look plenty.
Whoa, yeah,
well,
a
here's the
little
thing,
worse.
speaking-
Crippling
Hold
inside.
on. You want to talk about look? This is a guy who was wearing blazers, nice shoes, had the look, and talking crap. Now we get he's throwing a bottle of water on his head. It drenches him, and he comes out.
I don't understand what you have against bottles of water.
I had nothing
And-
against it. It's ridiculous. I mean, for certain guys that do a Triple H Undertaker, fine. I understand why. Well, why are you just a...
Oh, why? Is it because he's bald? That's not fair, John. That's not...
You are a dick.
It's probably hot in the arena. Come on.
Stop it.
Anyways,
It's a little ridiculous. He never did that when he... And now from Attitude Era on, he never did that.
Right.
Never drenched himself. Now all of a sudden, nope, comes out, he's drenched.
But I would say that, again, I do definitely appreciate The Rock coming back. Because, again, he
everyone
doesn't
does.
he doesn't have to do it. And everyone should, because there's a lot of people who, they don't like it and all that stuff. But you know what? I mean, he is a movie star. He doesn't need the money.
Well, see, that's my point. Why-
He is taking time out of his schedule to come back because, you know what? The WWE at some point started to need him because ratings were plummeting.
Well, so here's my other thing. He didn't have to come back in 2003, but you want to know the difference between 2003 and now? 2003, he put the Hurricane over, of all people. He didn't have to do that.
Wait, quick plug. WrestleCon Hurricane.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
that's
put
right.
over the Hurricane. He never had to. He didn't have to put over a comedy gimmick in the Hurricane, and he did. Now he's just back to win the title so that he can drop it to an established guy in John Cena. I think The Rock has enough pull to say to say to himself, you know what? I'm back for the people. Why don't I give back to the business so that it can prosper from 10 years from now by putting over CM Punk and making him the top guy? But he's not doing that. He's dropping it to John Cena, who's already a top guy.
Well, how much say does The Rock have in who he loses it to?
Well, put it this way.
Because remember,
hold on.
he's a legend. Look, this is from a company standpoint. I'm not necessarily talking from a wrestling fan standpoint. I'm talking from what does the WWE see?
Well, wouldn't you put the celebrity factor in there too?
It's also that, but I think it's more of the legend factor.
Yeah,
right?
he's celebrity.
Because look what happened to Jericho in his last return. You could say that he came back to put over CM Punk, but I would argue he essentially kind of put a dent in his own legacy because all he did was lose.
Well, you don't have to lose to put somebody over. I mean, you can win. Just make the guy look like he could beat you. And when you have a match where CM Punk wins...
I think The Rock did do that to CM Punk.
No, he didn't.
Because CM Punk did technically win the first round. John's in denial here.
Yeah, but he won due to outside interference.
No, he won.
With
that
the
was
Shield.
never the Shield.
Yeah, okay.
There's no proof it was the Shield. Vince is an idiot. Okay?
But again, it's not necessarily. But that has the heel factor in it too. You know the rule: heels can't win without cheating. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have anything to do with The Rock himself. CM Punk, I don't think, has had a clean victory since turning heel.
Well, put it this way: this is what I have to say. Triple H, who has a lot of political pull, and people will tell you that Triple H was never the biggest draw. He's the guy who worked with the biggest draw.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He has a lot of political pull in what goes over and what doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I think if he does, so does The Rock. The Rock didn't have to put the Hurricane over. He could have said, no, I don't want to put this guy over. He's a joke, and he did.
Well,
he could have easily put over CM Punk by just having the two matches at Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, then at WrestleMania face Punk for a third time and lose the belt to him. But they're going to do the Rock Cena too.
Exactly. That's not what the WWE wants to do.
Twice in 1 year.
But with regard to
Twice in 2 years.
With regard to The Rock putting over the Hurricane, you got to remember he was still relatively a regular there.
No, he wasn't. By that point, he wasn't.
He was still making more appearances than he is now.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but
he was still doing backstage segments. He was still having matches with Brock Lesnar.
It was still...
He lost to Goldberg. In fact, I'm trying to remember a big guy he beat in that.
Here's the problem with what you just said. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, that's a big gap there because Brock Lesnar he lost to in August, then he disappeared until maybe February so that he can only come back for 2 months so that he can go back to do movies. So again, I think by once SummerSlam ended, he was no longer regular.
But at that point, The Rock is still considered fairly irregular. He was still on the alumni section.
I don't agree.
No, I think he was because he's still fresh in the mind of people.
No.
People still consider him a top draw, and he was still making sporadic appearances. I'm not saying that.
Well, just because they thought that doesn't mean it was.
Well, it depends on what the fans thought.
Well,
that's what the company revolves around. I mean, I know the joke. Vince doesn't give a damn what the fans think.
Shut up. Well, the fans think that Hogan is the greatest wrestler of all time. Is that really true?
No,
not greatest wrestler.
Good God, no.
Not greatest wrestler. Maybe the greatest legend. It makes sense because he did.
Well, he drew a lot, but
right, exactly.
But there's a lot that makes into a great wrestler besides drawability. I mean, that is important.
Of course, and if someone were to tell me that Hogan was the greatest wrestler of all time, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But in terms of drawing, definitely
him and Steve Austin.
Okay,
on the top.
here, you know what? You know how bad it is. Someone actually thinks John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time.
I would consider him better than Hogan in terms of
in the ring. He's better than Hogan.
Yeah,
because the difference is
but
that.
Are you saying he's better than HBK then? Or you say he's better than Undertaker? He said
he's
the greatest wrestler.
No, that's what he's saying.
Right.
That's what he's saying. But my point being is that he is better than Hogan because he can be carried to a great match.
He is. He's way better.
Somebody can take John Cena and direct him to a great match.
But how can you say he's the greatest wrestler of all time, though?
Well, put it this way.
Being delusional works.
Yeah, being delusional works.
Well, being delusional works, but at the same time, Cena has been pushed and advertised as the biggest wrestler of all time.
We get it, though. But how do you say he's the best wrestler?
Because WWE conditions fans to say that.
With respect to John Cena, though, he has improved.
Yes.
I remember. Steve remembers. I'm glad you're on the show actually because now you were there to tell. You saw me in my anti-Cena days.
Oh God.
Which were some of the most unhappy days in my life.
Oh, days.
Oh my goodness.
How could this happen to me?
Yeah. Right. But no, I feel that in terms of the Rock, we got way off track. There.
Yes.
In terms of the Rock, I do like the fact that he brought it back, but I do think that I'm sorry?
I'm happy he's back,
Uh-huh.
but also news broke yesterday that after WrestleMania, he's doing that one Raw. He won't be back till WrestleMania 30.
Okay.
Who, The Rock?
Well, we knew this, didn't we?
No.
So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he will be dropping the title to John Cena.
Most likely. The current champion, WWE Rock, has committed to working next year's WrestleMania 30 event. Rock's current run is expected to end in April, as he's heading off to...
Well, hold up. That can't be true, because there were rumors that they wanted to do a Rock versus Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Well, according to this, he has to film Hercules.
Some of these rumors, I mean, don't make sense. I mean, some of them just... Holy cow.
Some of the...
Because I know Brock signed a 2-year deal now.
He did,
Right.
which
Well,
I'm happy.
no, Brock has a few...
And to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if they gave Brock Lesnar the WWE title soon.
You know what's ironic? We've been talking like 10 minutes about The Rock, and we still have 3MB versus Brodus Clay.
But no, but you see what you did there. The Rock coming back does bring back much more discussion.
It does.
And that's what the WWE wants.
Of course.
And that's what the Rock was able to do. That's what he's willing to do to, he took out of his schedule, he's coming back. And whether you like this Rock or not,
I
the
personally hate it.
the fact of the matter is he's drawing a lot of attention.
He is.
And
But
I did a lot of advertising, media studies things. This is brilliant.
Yeah, but here's
So
the
what
argument
they're-
that I have against that. ECW had a lot of attention, but it never made a lot of money. So you can have as much attention as you want, but as long as you're not making money, which Rock is, I'm not denying that. But my point is that attention argument does not hold a lot of water when you can look at ECW, which got a lot of attention and is still looked up to today, and it couldn't survive 8 years of being in business when Paul Heyman was running it.
But that could be the case of trying too hard to get too much attention.
Well, I don't know if they were
Because-
trying too hard, but they were trying to be innovative. They were trying to be different. And because of ECW, now you got like ROH, where it's a hard-hitting style, it's fast-paced. You got these new workers like Bryan Danielson, or who you know better as Daniel Bryan. You got Dean Ambrose,
Yeah.
Tyler Black, who you know better as Seth Rollins. You get all these good workers because of that fast-paced, hard-hitting action that they get so popular because of it. And
Absolutely.
ECW was definitely a starter point, or at least
Right.
an inspiration to that. And do we want to touch on 3MB versus?
We totally went off track with The Rock. Thanks, Rock.
No. This is
This
good.
is
I understand
discussion.
It is discussion,
This
which
is
I
good.
like. I like it.
But like I said,
we'll get
the
to-
main
we'll get back to
idea
Rock.
is to bring
No, I
bring
get
in
it, I
the
get it,
celebrity.
I
I
get
mean,
it.
The Rock is a unique thing in that he's both a celebrity and a legend.
Well, it's
It
like
is-
with Brock Lesnar. He was a former MMA fighter. He was technically a part of the Minnesota Vikings until he was cut the first week. He was a Japan star. He could work. He had a dominating physique. He had all of that.
He still does.
He still does.
I mean, it's funny because people say, "Oh, he's a little chubby." Oh, okay.
He's not chubby. What are you talking about?
Well, he does leak a little over his shorts, but I mean, there's still raw muscle under there.
Dude, the guy, Batista even said if they had an arm wrestling match, he would rip his arm off. And that's coming from a guy who was built at one point. But, yeah. Do we want to get back on track?
Yes, we're gonna get back on track.
3MB.
Next, we got Brodus Clay with the Funkatets now.
Funkets.
The Funkatets.
Funkets.
and Tensai versus Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater. Oh boy.
This was match of the night.
Does he do the shovel again?
He did.
Yes!
He did. But it was rivaled this time by Heath Slater's air guitar.
No. I guess. Air guitar,
almost-
everybody. Air guitar.
No, you got to do it the way Heath Slater does it.
Well,
I almost
I'm
lost
playing
it.
bass.
I almost
I'm
lost it
playing
because seeing Tensai's shovel move and Heath Slater's air guitaring is too much.
bass. Too much?
I can't take
Did your
it.
TV explode?
Well, I was watching at somebody's house, but it almost exploded. My head almost exploded. It was amazing. It was just, they can't do this to me anymore.
Three-man jobber band.
Human body can't take watching. You need to stop that. I don't know who that is. I don't know who
They
you're
don't
talking
exist.
3MJB.
Jinder Mahal also had an amazing spot
Oh,
where
God.
he air guitared.
Did he?
And he let out a woo. Better than any of Ric Flair's, by the way.
Wait,
Better
what about
than-
Kurt Angle?
Better than any... Whoa, that's tough.
Whoa.
That's a tough one.
Jinder Mahal and Kurt Angle woo off.
Clearly, Jinder Mahal and Kurt Angle are in the same category. In the same... Just... In every sense of the word, Kurt Angle and Jinder Mahal are on the same level. Just people need to understand that. But
How's
Brodus,
the match itself?
like I said, it was match of the night. And
Routine tag
it was
match.
tough. It was a tough match.
Wrong people went over.
Stop it.
Lasted less than 5 minutes.
3MB should have won.
I agree.
3MB is the best.
Brodus Clay and Tensai got lucky,
Stop it.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
Tensai's stomach got in the way.
I think that's what it was.
Would you
They were very distracted
Prince
by
Albert / A-Train /
Giant Bernard.
A-Train /
Prince
Tensai
Tensei Train.
alone.
Giant Bernard.
It's Prince Tensei Train. That's the name we have established. This is the name we will use. But after they started dancing, another, say, a 3-man group showed up and avenged
Yes,
3MB.
the Shield.
the three. See, I wasn't alone in seeing the injustice
The injustice.
of 3MB being buried. Shield saw this also, came out and rectified the situation and cut a promo. I caught some of it, but all I have to do is look at Dean Ambrose speak and I'm sold.
I love Dean Ambrose.
All I have to do is look in his eyes when he talks, and it's amazing.
Dean Ambrose for champion. I hope.
I hope one day. That would be cool.
He is the Heath Ledger Joker of wrestling right now. He is the man. He is, and like you said, he saw injustice because 3MB is not a team to lose.
No, absolutely
I mean, see, they were just distracted, and Tensai and Brodus Clay took advantage of that. So the Shield saw the injustice of taking advantage over a weak team that were distracted.
Here's what needs to happen leading into WrestleMania. Eventually, the 3MB doesn't take kindly to the Shield helping them out because they don't need any help. So we should have a feud between the 3MB and the Shield, culminate at WrestleMania, and it'll be an Elimination Chamber match, like the first team Elimination Chamber match between these two dastardly groups who are just dead set on being amazing. I think that's what needs to happen.
Indeed.
Does it?
And special guest referee can be... who should be special guest referee? Tensai. Tensai can be the special guest referee. And Brodus Clay, yes.
I hate you both.
No, Brodus Clay should be special enforcer.
There will be 2 referees.
No, special enforcer.
This is a terrible idea. I'm sorry.
It is.
I don't know what I was
next
thinking.
we get...
I just had a moment there.
Cody Rhodes versus The Miz.
Cody Rhodes' mustache.
Yes.
As if seeing Tensai's shovel and 3MB's air guitaring wasn't enough. Immediately after the commercial break, I see Cody Rhodes' mustache.
And I want that shirt.
The only thing that kept me from requiring an ambulance to pick me up was that
The Miz.
Cody Rhodes didn't have his shirt on.
But The Miz was in the match.
Why is he even there?
Why is he even there?
All right, I gotta disagree with these two.
Go
the Miz,
home, Miz.
The Miz is not that bad considering
He is
ever since he
horrible.
turned face.
He dropped Punk on his head.
That's not why he's horrible. He's horrible. He was
Dude,
horrible before.
accidents always happen, and if you want to go with that route, I mean,
He
for
dropped him on his head because he hates him.
For
they
crying
don't like
out
each
loud,
other.
is The Undertaker irresponsible because he flipped Shawn Michaels over his head and then Shawn Michaels hurt his back to a point where he was out for 4 years? No. The Undertaker's still a great worker. Accidents happen.
It was the casket's fault.
It was the casket.
The casket was
Yeah.
clearly misplaced.
It was.
Casket was clearly misplaced.
It was.
But getting back to the
But
Miz.
no, but this is twice already that he's
No, the first I can sort of see the Brainbuster one. The R-Truth one, I think it was a mistiming on both of them. I thought both of them
completely.
No, both of them mistimed their moves because I've seen that type of accident happen before. Like with Goldberg, he mistimed his spear, the one where he speared his freaking head into the steel post. I mean, I use that against Goldberg a lot, but I can safely say it was just a mistiming.
Right.
All right.
Well, R-Truth seemed to know where he was supposed to be and expected the Miz to be somewhere.
I remember.
And the Miz wasn't. It's not like the Miz remembered where he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be in one certain spot, and he was there to an extent. But he didn't. I mean, he didn't even.
Also, remember when R-Truth flew out, it looked like he was flying out full speed. I don't know.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but you're supposed to also come out safely so that you don't injure both of you.
That's what the other guy is there for, though. He's supposed to break the fall, and he just totally.
Yeah, but if he's gonna break the fall, you got to jump out responsibly.
Look, I can take. Well, that's how R-Truth always jumps out when he jumps out of the ring.
No, this time I thought when he jumped out, it looked a little too risky.
It's R-Truth trying to make it look good. And
And
if R-Truth made any mistake, it was trusting the Miz. To break his fall.
Who the heck would trust him?
So
Not me.
Maybe the Miz didn't want to catch him. I don't know.
Yeah, just like he wanted to drop Punk on his head.
maybe.
Well, put it this way. I don't think The Miz is as bad as these two are saying.
Just get him out of there.
Get him,
No,
go home.
Ever since he's turned face,
give him the U.S. title. Give him the U.S. title.
Give him the U.S.
so
title.
he can stay out of the title picture.
So Antonio Cesaro can.
Wait,
go
how
for
would
the
he
title.
stay out of the title picture if he's got a title?
The World Heavyweight title or WWE
Well, when you
title.
say the title picture, could mean anything because
No,
technically he's in a title.
Because that's
picture.
next for Antonio Cesaro.
Maybe I should have said
No.
main event picture.
What do you
Just
mean,
keep him
no?
out.
Claudio needs to
Stop
change
it.
his gimmick.
Who's Claudio?
Stop. Who's Claudio?
I don't know
Claudio.
Who's Claudio?
It's Claudio.
Who's Claudio?
Claudio Castagnoli.
Shut up.
I don't know who
Who's
that is.
Claudio? I don't know who that is. That's
know-
ROH.
Is he related to Antonio Cesaro?
He must be, but
He
Claudio
might be.
Castagnoli.
I know.
I don't know who Tyler Black is. I don't know who.
That's why you're
Do
DeMarc.
you mean Tyler Rex?
Oh, I'm the DeMarc. Oh, Tyler Rex.
Is
Yes.
that who you're talking about?
Yes, Tyler Rex.
Claudio Castagnoli.
I don't know who
needs-
that is.
Okay, but
I remember
I don't know
seeing,
who that is.
you don't have to know. The point
I
is,
did
he's
li-
not ready for the title right now.
I did like the spot where he was swinging the Miz into the.
Oh, that was great. I was like, Kurt
not
Miz.
necessarily because it was on the Miz. That was a bonus. But just the move itself is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I should have expected that
So-
because Cesaro is a strong guy.
Now, before these two cut me off, I want to get into why I don't think The Miz is as bad as everybody says he is.
Oh God.
But they're going to cut me off anyways and
Oh,
not let me
God.
explain. But here's what I'm trying to say, though, is that ever since The Miz has flip-flopped as far as, like, improvability with himself. When he was a heel, he was great on the mic, he could talk, blah, blah, blah. When he's a face, he has better matches because usually the heel directs the match. And The Miz is the type of guy that, he's like John Cena. He needs somebody to direct him to the match. And ever since he's turned face, he's had better quality matches. Like this one here, with Cody, I just wish they would have had more time. Because if they would have had more time, Cody and Miz would have had a pretty decent match on SmackDown. But as far as that whole botch, I mean, I don't know what... I saw the pictures, you can't really tell whose fault it was. People are blaming Punk, people are blaming Miz. I'm not going to blame either or. I'm going to say it was a freak accident. Because I don't blame people for botching, because botching happens. Because if Kurt Angle botches, are we going to blame Kurt Angle and call him a horrible worker? No. We're not going to call Kurt Angle a horrible worker for botching one move.
These aren't just botches, though. These are serious, legitimate injuries.
All right, well, look at... All right, here's one. Kurt Angle at Hard Justice tried to do a 450 on Samoa Joe, and he didn't get all the way, and he, instead of landing on his with his stomach on his stomach, he landed with his feet onto Samoa
But
Joe
how many-
and could have seriously hurt Joe.
How many times, though?
This is where Kurt Angle's retarded. I'm sorry, Kurt. You're a great worker and all, but you're a big guy for your size. There's no way you're pulling off a 450.
Well, hold up. Brock Lesnar's bigger, and he could pull off a 450.
But Kurt Angle, no.
Well,
I
has
can
he-
never
well,
can never see him do
eh.
a 450.
I remember him trying to do a shooting star.
Oh, shooting stars. Shooting stars.
It didn't,
I got them
And
mixed
it
up. excuse
didn't.
me.
What happened? He almost broke his neck.
Well, no, he did it. He just... The problem was Kurt Angle, I believe, blamed himself for that because he wasn't close enough. He was far away. You gotta
No, it
admit
was a
that.
shooting star headbutt.
Headbutt.
This is what Rob. That was a planned move. It
Yes.
was supposed to happen that way. Okay, guys, just remember that.
So Miz went over with the figure four. It was a decent match. Like I said, they had a little back and forth.
using the finger four.
I'd like to
Figure four.
I'd like to
Not
point
finger
out
four.
that once again, Miz no reaction.
No reaction.
What do you mean
yet.
no reaction? He
No
got a
reaction.
huge reaction when he came out.
Uh,
They even said on the SmackDown...
According to live shows, they said no reaction for the figure four.
Dude, well, not
And
for the
they're-
figure four, but for the Miz himself. They said SmackDown spoilers that he got a big reaction.
I'm kind of waiting for him to say "woo" when he puts on the.
Now, if he starts doing that, then I'll get mad.
Just let him do it.
The Miz,
I'm
I
waiting.
feel like
The Miz is not Ric Flair. I like The Miz a lot, but he's no Ric Flair.
Then he's gonna start elbowing his freaking
I mean,
shirt.
that's like Jay Lethal turning into Macho Man. It's like,
yeah.
let Jay Lethal be Jay Lethal. Don't let him be Macho Man.
I feel like this got a little misinterpreted. I don't think the Miz sucks because of his botches. I just think he sucks.
Period. End of story.
I
Next.
don't think he sucks.
I think he sucks. You know, I've never seen people talk about how he's improved in the ring. Well,
look at this match.
He has the same moveset that he's had since. Well,
Well, just because you have the same moves, no, it's all about.
But people go. That's why they bash John Cena.
Well, John Cena, I've never
Yeah.
bashed John Cena for his wrestling ability.
No, I'm not saying you have. I'm just
Okay.
saying the same people. You know, they seem to pick and choose who they don't like, whose movesets they don't like.
No,
I've never seen anything spectacular on the mic from him. No, I was never sold.
Well, put it this way, he
And
had.
for them to put him in the main event, look, I'll accept the Miz as a mid carder. Absolutely, I will. But for
He needs to at
they-
least be an
remember,
upper mid card.
this is
when
the
they
guy-
put him in the
this is
main
the guy
event,
who main evented
WrestleMania
27.
27.
And look where he is now.
Well, yeah, that because they blame the Survivor Series buy rate on him. Because that's the whole meme joke. Damn it, Miz. I remember they were pulling that joke with the Brainbuster.
Yeah,
I'll leave
I
it
will
to
say I will say that didn't make much sense to blame the Miz for that.
Because R-Truth, The Rock, and John Cena were in that
I mean,
main
it
event.
was just a bad buy rate. I mean, what can you do? It's not like just because you throw The Rock in there, you're going to get an automatic
course.
buy rate. But I don't know.
No.
There's other things that could have been done. I mean, when your main event match is just a tag team match,
Yep.
maybe
That's what threw me off about Survivor Series. I did not like that match.
I didn't like the match either, but it wasn't because it was a tag team match. It was because I think for Survivor Series 2011, The Rock should have like rock bottom Cena or something like
Yeah.
that, or Cena FU Rock,
Something, yeah. Just
so that Awesome Truth can get some kind of victory over them and have some sort of bragging rights.
And they got nothing.
And they got nothing. Yes.
Back to
I just think
SmackDown.
a tag match was kind of random for the main event.
No,
was
it
just-
would have made sense if Miz and R-Truth were beating the hell out of Cena, and Cena had nobody to fight them off, and Cena had to only rely on the guy that he's going to face at WrestleMania.
That's the one thing that was strange about the Cena Rock feud was that they tried to keep it as they tried to take all the physicality out of it because what do we have like a rock bottom and an FU attitude adjustment for the whole year feud, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing. And that's
You're
why
right.
when people compare it to that's why the Brock Lesnar feud with John Cena
Yeah.
got so over at first because John Cena was just in a feud with The Rock, a build-up that had absolutely no physicality. And then Brock Lesnar's first night on Raw, he F5s him.
F5, excuse me.
And then the next night on Raw, the next week on Raw, he gives him a bloody lip.
Awesome.
And then at the pay-per-view, he
And then
busted him over.
pay-per-view was unbelievable. I mean, yeah.
Wrong guy went over. I will say that.
But again, the match itself was unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah, the
course.
match was great. It would have been a 5-star match to me if Brock Lesnar went over. Because I think Cena would have gotten even more over had he kept fighting. He kept fighting, and then he just couldn't beat him. Because it would still live up to his quote, never give up. Even if you lose. He would have gotten even more over. So,
Let's
Go-
finish SmackDown.
yeah, Jack
How
Swagger
did we
and...
get there? Oh,
Yeah, The
somehow
Miz.
we got there from the Miz.
Hey,
Yeah.
wait a second.
See, The Miz
Wait a
starts
second.
discussion.
Whoa,
No, that's because we started mentioning WrestleMania 27
Yes.
with The Rock.
Whoa. Who's the host? Me. I talk about it. You shut up.
You should.
Ryder versus Swagger.
I'm the
Okay,
one with
you're
more
still
subs.
Ooh.
Ah, see, there's your comeback. Ooh.
Well, you've been on YouTube for a longer time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so you're the jobber. I got to put you over.
Oh my god. Get out. Anyway, Zack Ryder versus Jack Swaganomics.
With Zeb Coulter.
Yay.
I actually like Zeb Coulter.
I do too.
I think he's very entertaining. That's a Dutch Mantel for anybody who doesn't
I
know.
like his mustache.
His
Yes,
mustache is
I like how he
Everybody
twirls it. He twirls it.
He twirls his mustache. I noticed that on Raw. He's just like,
Yeah.
doing
To anybody who doesn't know,
Raleigh fingers.
Zeb Coulter is former TNA Booker Dutch Mantel. But yeah, this match
Now,
No, his name was Zeb Coulter. It's always been Zeb Coulter.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right.
Always.
always.
I don't want to remember Dutch Mantel.
Of course, he faces Zack Ryder again.
All right.
And Zack Ryder wins. He's getting a humongous push. I'm just kidding.
Let's get into something here. I just want to get into this discussion because you talk about discussion. Why is it that you get yourself over like Zack Ryder did in his fashion, and your reward for getting over, which is what they said, if you want to get pushed, you got to get yourself over. Why is your reward that you're going to job on Raw every week and barely be shown every week?
Well, he did get
Well,
pushed.
okay, so
Pushed
Yeah,
off the
pushed
stage.
off the stage.
By a cane.
Well, here's my thing.
Love
though.
that.
Would you want to do something or not do something?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, we were talking. What was the thing we were talking about? What was it?
You're talking
About a
Zack
certain
Ryder.
superstar doing something, but he has to. He has no other choice. It was in one of the shows we did.
But he has no other choice. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Think about it. Do you what if Vince came up to you and say, "Okay, you have to job to this guy, or we're gonna pick someone else." Are you gonna do it?
Well, look at what just Zack Ryder is doing. I mean, Zack Ryder is posting on Twitter that he's very unhappy with his position. Yeah, you're going to do it because he's the boss.
So, okay, now think about this, though. You just read it on Twitter. What normally happens when a tweet goes out or you Facebook something? What normally happens?
Yeah, you get buried.
You get buried.
But but he's been doing this after they stopped pushing him and started like using him as nothing more
like
than a
I said,
pawn.
what's the guy gonna do? It's either you get a job to this guy, or we're just gonna put you on the shelf like Yoshitatsu and
put it
Michael
this way.
McGillicuddy.
To be honest,
Or Alex Riley.
there's no real difference either or, because you're on the shelf, you're not doing anything. You're losing, you're not really doing anything.
But
You're just going out there getting physical for no reason.
Also, well, he's still earning a paycheck.
You're getting a paycheck no matter what, though.
But think about it, though. Hold on. Think about it. You have Alex Riley, who's doing absolutely nothing. You have Yoshitatsu, who's doing nothing. All the other superstars in the back getting paid doing nothing. Kofi's not even on the show once in a while. He's on SmackDown once in a while. Was he on Raw this week or no?
That's a tough call. I think so. Yeah.
Steve, was he on Raw?
Who? Kofi?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
Well, obviously,
I think he was.
It was
but-
forgettable enough that we don't
Yeah.
even know.
Exactly. So look, I mean, he's still getting a paycheck.
But see, here's
this is why I respect Zack Ryder for doing what he's doing. Most of these guys in the back are doing absolutely nothing, getting a paycheck. At least he's going in the ring and doing something.
All right, but see, here's the difference.
Wouldn't you like to be paid, get paid as a wrestler and doing absolutely nothing backstage?
Well, put
It's
it
a
this
joke.
All right, but now he's getting physical in the ring, possibly risking injury to earn nothing, like not get any push and get a bigger paycheck to possibly maybe become a main eventer.
Here's the thing: there's no way he's becoming a main eventer.
Well, not with this gimmick,
Absolutely
but
not.
you can't evolve that gimmick into a main
It'll
eventer
never
if you're not being
evolve.
used.
That's the problem. It'll
Because they're
never
not
evolve.
using him. That's the point.
No, that's not. That's not called using him. They're using him in the jobber. That's pretty much it.
But you should be using him more than just a jobber.
Well, what? So what would you?
I would put him.
What would you put him in?
I would at least put him in the mid-card title feud. At least
He's
put him
had it
there.
already.
Yeah, for like 2 weeks, and then he lost it to Jack Swagger, who they weren't using at the time. Why are you if he's gonna job to somebody? Why job it to somebody who's not gonna use it?
I think at that point they were gonna push Swagger, but they decided not to.
Well, there you go. This is the inconsistency of this company. And not only that, the difference between Alex Riley and all those guys, they would never. Well, maybe Alex Riley.
Well, Alex Riley, because they pushed it.
Well, hold
they
up.
gave him a humongous
debatably.
push.
No, but we're talking
failed.
about push. But debatably, Zack Ryder, out of all those guys, was the most over. Because people were chanting, "We want Ryder," when he wasn't even on the show.
No, I understand.
Then he got on the show, and what was the reaction? Yeah, we'll give him the U.S. title, but then we're going to have him job to Jack Swagger 3 weeks later, and then we're just going to have him used as a pawn for Kane versus Cena, and then have him lose at WrestleMania and get low blowed by Eve Torres, and then do nothing with him. You should at least do something.
What now? What can you do with him now?
You
can't do much.
You can put him back into that mid-card title feud, get that title back that he lost
But
in
there's
3
better
weeks.
guys right now in that mid card.
But they're not as over as him.
Okay, so Wade Barrett.
Well, is Zack Ryder still over?
Well, he still gets the "We Want Ryder" chance. Put it that way. And they're dying. And
Does he really?
And
Because
even
I
if-
haven't heard any of them.
all right,
as
but
of
even
late.
if you're right, why do you think that is? Because A, they won't use him. B, he's losing constantly. And C, he doesn't even care anymore. Like, this is what happened with Carlito. Carlito at one point was so over. And then they said, nope, we're not going to use you anymore. We're not going to use you in the way that people want to see you in. And what happened? You could clearly tell in the last year of his career there. Look at him when he was walking out. Look how uninterested he was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do remember a promo between him and John Cena.
So there you
And
go.
I remember how lively their first promo ever together was when Carlito made his debut, and I compare that to the one he had. But
But leading up to Sheamus.
Yeah, and when he said that the whole locker room wants to see John Cena lose, he looked like he really didn't care.
He didn't care. And that was supposed to be like a pipe bomb speech, similar to what CM Punk cut, but he didn't care because he knew where it was going to lead. It was going to lead to nothing.
It was going to lead to an attitude adjustment.
Exactly.
So
my point being is that if you're going to get over, you should at least use them into some capacity. Even if you're not going to put them in a feud, at least like have them on the show, like they were doing with him as general manager or assistant general. Even that's fine. But you're not even doing anything with him. He's no programs. He's losing all the time. He has no title feuds. He has nothing. He just has nothing.
Right.
And that's why he's frustrated, because he's doing nothing.
it's understandable that he's frustrated. I don't think he's over anymore.
Well, because they buried him.
Right, they did. They buried him to the point where he's not over.
It's not
anymore.
like they kept
He's,
using him and then his heat died and then, you're not over anymore. His heat's not there because they buried him. That's the point I'm trying to make.
They did a great job by burying him. It was one of the most unbelievable burials I've ever seen.
It was worse than The Miz in 2009.
But again, I do see. I think what John's point is, even if you want to use Zack Ryder right now, where do you put him?
Well, now
I
you
think
can't because you jobbed him too much.
You have too many people in that running right now. I think.
Miz, Barrett, Bo Dallas. You could still throw Kofi Kingston in there.
Well, Kofi Kingston does make an appearance every now and then.
Exactly,
So
but
you have too many mid-carders that have a chance.
well,
you know?
you have to establish who's more over than the next guy. Zack Ryder right now is more over than Bo Dallas because Bo Dallas is a brand new face. They're trying to establish him.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Dallas, I mean, did he really have to be brought up on the roster the way he did? No.
Rob hates him.
I don't
Hates
hate
Bo
Bo Dallas. I mean, he's got a lot of potential, but my point being...
Well, no, actually, you're right. Rob doesn't hate him either. He just hates how how they used him with Wade Barrett. He doesn't want Bo Dallas to win at the expense of Wade Barrett.
I know.
That's what he hates.
Well,
Wade Barra.
Barrage. Okay, next, Swagger Wings. What are you doing? Shut up. Don't say anything. You're the guest.
So Swagger wins. Swagger finally on a winning streak. I like it.
Yes, I love
it.
Next, we get Show versus Jericho.
Okay, so did anyone not know who was going to win this match?
No, I kind of figured.
Not Jericho.
Not Jericho.
This is
He's
Jericho.
the Dolph Ziggler of Dolph Ziggler.
As Rob says, the J stands for jobber in Y2J.
Yep.
And
Jobber Jericho.
That's right. I mean,
You're too jobberish.
I mean, who has Jericho beaten within the past 2 years?
Didn't he beat Ziggler on Raw?
He beat
well,
Ziggler.
Who hasn't beat Ziggler on Raw?
He beat Ziggler on the
I could beat Ziggler. You could beat Ziggler.
He beat Ziggler on the
Sabrina
pay-per-view.
could beat Ziggler.
Yes. Hi, Sabrina, by the way.
He beat Ziggler on the pay-per-view, and then he lost to Ziggler the next night and lost his job.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he came back.
And he came back and got eliminated by Ziggler again in the Royal Rumble.
But he had a good Rumble performance.
He had a very good Rumble performance, yeah. And then he beat somebody on Raw.
He's beaten Daniel
Bryan, that's who it was.
Yeah.
With a great match. They need to feud.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a match with them more than 10 minutes.
And go figure, Del Rio comes out and has a stare down with the Big Show. Yeah.
I actually didn't mind Jericho.
Meanwhile, Jericho's on the ground, just out.
This would be one of the...
Hopefully he wakes up in time for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. This would be one of the
I know this was recorded on Tuesday, but it looks like he wasn't moving at all.
This is one of the few times I can understand Jericho losing, because again, you got to let Big Show look dominant going into his feud with Del Rio. But like you said, Jericho just loses too much.
And if Jericho's going to, I think basically they establish he's not going to win the title, because all they do is just. I mean, you can't have a guy keep losing and then just out of nowhere win the title.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I figured they would need some build up.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. That's unfortunate. And this is what I'm saying. You know, you don't bring back a legend just to lose. I mean, I understand putting people over, but this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. You have the two extremes here. You have The Rock coming back, and what was his one match against John Cena?
Yep.
And then CM Punk, he's won both matches. Again, that's not too extreme because he's not burying people.
No, he's not.
He really isn't. I mean, people like to say, "Oh, he's burying people." No, he's not. He's just he's an established legend, celebrity, just winning matches, and most likely going to lose at WrestleMania.
That's another thing.
But then you have the other side of the argument with Chris Jericho. And yeah, okay, I get he's trying to put people over. He's a good vet, good, nice job, Jericho. But at least leave your character with some dignity. Really, I mean, how did he lose last year at WrestleMania? He tapped out.
Yeah, I know.
Everything he said he would do, he failed.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
That's why I hated his 2012 run.
I mean, was there a point to it?
No, there wasn't any, because remember when he came back?
Was that it?
Yeah, the troll.
Yeah, baby.
Jarrett Troll.
Mm-hmm.
When he came back, he did the whole, the end of the world as you know it. Remember those video packages? They were very creepy. They were very well done.
Yeah.
He literally said on Raw.
So much so that you actually didn't know who it was for.
Yeah, it could have been Undertaker. It could have been Stephanie McMahon and Jericho.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then we have the Sting rumors.
The Sting.
Yes, clearly this is a.
But see, as we talk about that you said that promo meant nothing.
Yeah, he literally said on Raw.
I'm going back to TNA for a second. How Hulk Hogan brought up a rib and...
Well, no, let's not go crazy here. Let's
go
focus
crazy.
on Jericho right now.
I'm not going to go crazy. I'm saying keep the backstage lingo low, okay? There's no reason to bring it up. Am I right or wrong?
You can bring it up once in a blue moon, like what they did with Punk, to cause controversy, but don't do it every single week.
I've always, when they first started doing it, when Punk actually started saying that he's the best promo cutter or best talker, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. When they actually start referring to it as a pipe bomb, where he says, time to drop another pipe bomb. You don't have to say that. Just do it.
Exactly, just do it.
And especially when you just had a pipe bomb, a groundbreaking pipe bomb the year before, you say, oh, it's time to drop another pipe bomb, it's automatically going to be compared to the last one he did. And there's no way it's going to come close to it. And I thought it was a disappointing pipe bomb. Not bad, but when you already start comparing it to your first pipe bomb, because of what you just said, that's a disappointment.
Well, here's why you can't, because here's the difference between the pipe bomb that he cut on Rock and the one that he did on Raw. Mm-hmm. The one that he did on Raw, he was rumored on his way out. He was on his way out. He was frustrated with the company.
Contract's
you
over.
could clearly tell he was frustrated, because from Over the Limit 2010 to Over the Limit 2011, he lost every pay-per-view match. Mm-hmm. He was losing all the time. He got hurt, and then he came back just to job to Cena, then to job to Orton. You could tell he was frustrated because he was better than that. And then I guess for whatever reason, they gave him free range to speak his mind. Mm-hmm. He did, and guess what? He that was his real feelings. Not only was it his real feelings, they were able to have him shoot on the company, but not make the company look bad, but garner interest for the company. Yeah. This one, on the other hand, it was good, but you knew it was not going to be near that first role, because now he's got the main event. God bless you.
Thank you.
He's in the main event now. He's had the title. He's had the title for 400 some odd days. Mm-hmm. He's facing the top star in all of pro wrestling. It's like, what does he have to be pissed about other than maybe, oh, The Rock's coming back to steal the spotlight? He can use that.
I know a lot of people hated his title run. I loved it.
It was a hit and miss title run.
There were certain things done right and certain things
done wrong.
One of the wrongs was not having a main event pay-per-views.
Oh, I mean, ridiculous.
He took a backseat to John Cena versus John Laurinaitis. Yeah. Come on.
That was ridiculous.
But one of the top, the better things, I think, during the title run was to give him that heel turn during the title run. I thought that was great. They needed that in order to keep interest in the
Rock storyline.
Not just the Rock storyline, but just
Punk in general.
Yeah. Punk's reign in general.
Because
you run the risk of people
have three faces.
Yeah, because you run the risk every time you have a title reign that's as long as, let's say, John Cena's 05 run, was it? 05, 06?
What, his first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2005.
You run the risk of people turning on, especially if it's a face.
Oh, I know.
You run the risk of somebody getting bored with it, and they say, all right, you know what, I'm going to root for the other guy now. But, when you turn Punk heel that way, it worked. It still garners some interest. Well, back to Jericho, because that's what we were talking about. I'm not sure how we got sidetracked. In fact, let's just drop the Jericho conversation. He always loses.
Yes, and
nothing.
He's like Ziggler.
Yeah.
They should be a tag team.
They should be a tag team. They both lose together.
Yeah, save some time, right?
Yeah, right.
Just have them both lose at the same time.
Save us
It's
time.
a shame because I love both guys.
I know. I love both of them too. It sucks what they're doing with them. Especially Ziggler. Yeah. It's constant losing. We get it. Now I swear, the King of the Smarks, all the Smarks would go nuts. Am I right or wrong?
For what?
If Ziggler was the first one to lose Money in the Bank, actually lose Money in the Bank.
No, he's not the first. Technically, Cena is.
No, okay, no.
Technically, Cena won that match.
Won the match.
Yeah, but by
title.
DQ, yeah.
Okay.
But he cashes it, and all of a sudden say, okay, Del Rio, whoever's the champion, Jericho,
and he loses
right away. Would the Smarks go crazy?
The Smarks would have a mixed reaction. You would have the Smarks that get pissed off. Yeah, you're gonna get that, but you're also gonna get the Smarks that say, "Who cares?"
Mm-hmm. What? Oh yeah.
Get that up.
You're gonna get all the Smarks that don't care, because why should we? He's lost so many times. It's expected for him to lose.
It is.
It's very expected. So
it's just.
John was actually surprised this past week when Ziggler lost to Kane, because for all intents and purposes, Ziggler getting into the Elimination Chamber match, whether it was just to screw around with Jericho or not, it did make some sort of sense. Mm-hmm. Because you do have that spot, because Jericho and Ziggler have been.
I think you were shocked Kane won. I was shocked Kane won.
I was shocked Kane won.
And it was, again, as a Kane fan, I like it. But now I'm just worried there's going to be a spot where Mark Henry eliminates him.
Course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I pick on Anthony a lot, but I like Kane. But
here's my thing with the Smart stuff. There's this one. Did you see the fat kid? Video?
With CM Punk.
Yeah.
Where he threw the title. I remember.
Okay, if Ziggler loses, is the first one to cash it. If he cashes it and loses, this is what we'll hear.
Okay, why are we watching a baby cry? That's not even funny.
Well,
I mean, it's funny for
we're not watching a baby cry. We're watching Smarts reacting to things they don't like.
Yes.
That's what it is.
I mean, like I said, we're not making fun of the Smarks, but they take it way too seriously.
Well, that one kid that you talked about, yeah. He
threw
the title on the belt.
He went with the people's elbow.
Yeah, and then he took his DVD and ripped it in half.
And he licked it.
Yeah, and
What I think about you, Rocky?
this is what I think about you, Rocky. Rocky.
You didn't do that. But.
No, that was in the second video. His girlfriend uploaded a second video saying, "Oh, so my boyfriend's overacting to The Rock."
Yes.
He opens up the door, takes the booklet that's inside, and he's showing the picture, Rocky. Then he rips it and goes, Rocky, and slams the door. I think that's all a gimmick. I don't think he does that seriously.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
He's got to be trolling.
It's got to be.
Because nobody can have a girlfriend and do that.
I know. Oh my god. And he's graying. That's the worst part.
Yes.
I think it's all a gimmick. I think
who's graying.
Yeah.
I think he's doing it for a gimmick.
Who drives also?
He drives. He drives too. Wow.
So that was SmackDown.
That was SmackDown. So that's the SmackDown heading to the Elimination Chamber, and we're gonna get your pick, Steve, for the Chamber.
Oh,
so,
my predictions.
Do we have the card up?
Yes, I got it right now.
Cool.
We got Divas Championship, Caitlyn versus Tamina.
Dud. That's it. That's all I have to say.
It will steal the show.
Yeah. I'll just let it steal.
Who's your pick?
Caitlyn. She's going to retain by making her submit.
Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz.
This is a tough one. Because I could see Antonio retaining it. Oh my god, I called him Antonio.
You're learning.
boy.
Yay.
Okay,
Hey.
so I could see him retaining it leading into Mania, but at the same time, they're notorious for dropping the mid-card title like a month before WrestleMania. So I wouldn't be surprised if Miz came out with a victory here. Wouldn't make much sense because Miz doesn't need the belt. It's more destined for somebody who is trying to get established. So if I had to pick, I'm just going to randomly say Claudio.
Who?
Claudio, I don't think there's a Claudio.
I don't think
There's
there's
no
Claudio in a match.
Unless he interferes, and it's actually.
That's what you smart
Yep,
marks
that's
call
smart marks, yeah.
Well, I think I actually don't know. I mean, I don't think the
You made
Miz
your pick,
the
right?
Miz is getting the reactions that I thought he would be getting. Whether I like the Miz or not, he was getting some sort of reaction back in WrestleMania 27. He's lost a lot of that, and Rob thinks it's because he's face now.
I think
He's
so.
He could be right, but in terms of establishing the Miz, I think they still need to establish face Miz.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, and that it could help, I guess.
Well, the other thing is, people point this out. It's like Randy Orton. He hasn't changed much.
Right.
You want to establish him as a face, but it's no different than his heel persona.
Yeah.
He does seem a little more serious than he used to be.
Mhm.
But slightly.
Here's one thing I will agree with you guys on when it comes to Miz. You can't make Miz look intimidating. You just can't.
No.
You're not. That's not Miz's character. His character is either to be an underdog or to be a cowardly, smarmy heel.
Yeah.
That's all you could do.
That's the truth.
But you can't make him stand up to Brock Lesnar and make us think that he has a chance.
Yeah,
against
that was
Brock.
just.
Come on.
As soon as that happened,
I was like,
I
come
had
on.
the biggest smile on my face because I knew it was gonna happen.
I know Brock was going to annihilate him, and I'm a big Brock
Annihilated.
fan. I'm a huge Brock fan. But go on,
But,
Del Rio versus Big Show.
Del Rio. I don't see Big Show winning the title. I think Del Rio's going to have the title at least until Mania.
All right. Shield versus Cena Ryback and Sheamus.
Oh God, I want the Shield to win.
Of course, everyone wants a Shield
But-
to win.
I think Shield's gonna. Is it an elimination match or one pinfall?
I think
Right now, it's just one pinfall.
Cena's gonna F you, Dean Ambrose or whatever, and get the pin.
Well, what Rob's been pointing out is that Seth Rollins seems to be the Darren Young of the group, where he's the one who takes.
Yeah, that's true. He
punishment,
he took the bad table spot at TLC.
Yeah, so he could be the odd man out. Ambrose is the leader.
And
Roman
then
Reigns
Roman
is the
Reigns,
powerhouse. Seth Rollins is just, I guess, he's the scapegoat. That's the guy you use to beat the Shield. I don't know. I agree. I would like the Shield to win. I really would, but
to help get him over.
I feel like the only way that the other team's going to lose is if one of the faces turns heel during the match.
Either that, or if somebody comes in to help the Shield.
Right.
But who would want to help the Shield? I mean, like you
At
said,
this
I
point-
think the Shield should just be on their own.
Yeah.
There should be no leader other than Dean Ambrose.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys got a
Dean
point.
Ambrose is good enough.
Yeah.
He's good enough on the mic.
Dean Ambrose is awesome.
I mean, good enough to be a leader of anything right now.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see intensity in promos again.
It is nice
You know
to
what
see.
I mean?
And it's a different character.
Because every now and then, I mean, you could say that CM Punk has an intensity, but he has lost that a little bit. And I would say again, it's because of the fact that he doesn't necessarily have the legitimate contract thing going on in the back. And you see, Punk still does the generic heel thing where he says the fans don't matter. That's always going to come into play.
But also remember, Dean Ambrose is different. He's not a cowardly
That's what
heel.
I like about him.
He's not a cowardly heel.
Because
he's not
one thing
a
that
dominant heel. He's a psycho heel.
Because one of the things that really caught me off guard about the Shield was when they stayed in the ring and actually called out Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus.
Well,
and when they came out, they didn't run away.
Yeah, I know.
They fought.
Here's the thing.
Eventually, they had to retreat because
Numbers.
Obviously, everybody knows that if the Shield loses, it's the burial of the Shield. Just break them up, because if you pin Cena, that's putting over somebody. That's a no to Vince.
That's a big put over.
It's a no. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, they won't do that.
Steve,
I mean, last year, what happened to?
If you pin Cena, you're pretty much over, correct?
If you pin Cena cleanly, you're over.
Yeah, remember Tensai pinned Cena at one point, and
yeah,
we all know how that ended up.
So think about it. If the Shield gets a clean win over these three guys,
they will be over. They will be automatically over.
Do you think Vince is actually thinking that?
Vince is thinking, why would I want these guys over? I mean, we want Cena.
Yes,
Cena's not over enough.
And this is sad because a few weeks ago, I said that I was worried for the Shield angle because
I'm worried now.
We're
one day away.
At the time I said that WWE Creative really doesn't know what to do with the Shield, because at one point they just kept attacking people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not advancing a storyline. That's just
it's advancing the characters, but not a storyline.
Well, not even though, because you're just attacking a character over and over, and they're not even at that time they weren't even saying anything. They were just putting people through tables and leaving.
Yeah, right.
And the reason I didn't like that was because we're not getting anything new.
No.
Now at least we're getting Shield promos, but I'm afraid it might be too late because it seems like they're about to be buried.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like WWE.
Come on, Shield.
At the time they didn't know what to do.
It.
At the time they didn't know what to do with him. So what do? You just end it.
You just end it.
Well, see, like I said,
we have a day. We're one day away, and hopefully WWE is smart.
Maybe the company will throw a curveball because I thought they were going to lose at TLC.
I would love.
I would love it, but I don't expect it.
That was a great match, by the way. I loved it.
Yeah, their TLC match live was excellent, and I saw it again on YouTube. It's still a great match.
Absolutely.
Elimination Chamber: Jericho, Jabber Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Red Dork, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry.
Who's the Red Dork? Because I saw
and Randy Orton.
I saw somebody in there. I don't know who these guys you're mentioning are.
My pick, you'll be shocked. It's either one of the two: Mark Henry or Jack Swagger.
That's a lot of people.
Rob also picked Jack Swagger.
I got my boy D-Bry.
I mean, I want D-Bry to win because he's my favorite, other than Jericho in that match. I mean, I've always been a big D-Bry fan.
D-Bry.
He's the one guy that when he came into the company, I've been a fan of him, even when people were saying he's boring, he has no charisma, because I knew what he's like. And you know what he's like. Anthony, I don't think you've seen him but prior to WWE, but prior to WWE, I've always known how awesome he was. And when he got over with the Yes gimmick, I was like, this is it. Now the fans are going to realize how good he is. Mm-hmm. And when fans come up to me and be like, oh, D-Bry's awesome, I'm like, yeah, I bet you weren't saying that a year ago. Yeah. And they'll admittedly say, oh, yeah, I'm right. You're right. Like, I've always known the guy was awesome.
Which is kind of funny.
But if I don't want D-Bry to win only because if they do what I hope they do, which is not going to happen, him versus Jericho at Mania, have that big rematch, because I was posting on Twitter, have these feud. Have these two feud. It would be a great match. But I'm going to pick...
CM Punk and Daniel Bryan?
No,
Daniel
Bryan and Jericho.
Jericho, there we go.
That's what I mean.
Because they put on a good match in a row. I liked it.
I loved it.
I liked it.
And the only problem was that it was too short. I wanted more. I wanted even more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we get to the main event. The Croc versus...
Wait, that's it? There's no other
I don't know who the Croc is. You know, you're supposed to be the host of this show and be more professional.
The Croc versus CM Punk. The Rock.
Obviously, he still means The Rock.
The Brahma Bull.
The Brahma Bull.
The Brahma BS.
I really don't understand this hatred towards The Rock. But
I'm not
okay. The Croc.
The Croc. Well, that's when Triple H did. When he dressed him up, it was called The Croc.
Well, that was Triple H.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
That was Triple H as The Rock, not The Rock as The Croc.
He's the Croc. He's the Croc. If you know what the Croc is.
He's the
cooking.
Croc.
The only way it's The Croc is if at Elimination Chamber, Triple H comes out dressed as The Rock.
That would be funny.
Then I'll say you're right.
Well, he's got short hair now. So
yeah, he can do it. He can do it.
He can pull it off better than before.
Yeah.
And he's got to have the giant eyebrow again.
Yeah. I remember that. That was awesome.
The Rock just came from the bathroom. He should
smell
smell
the
the
Rock
Rock
is
is cooking.
I ain't faking. You should have smelled what The Rock was baking.
The Rock was baking.
No, I like the SmackDown commercial for the game. You smell what the Rock is cooking?
Pancakes, Rock!
Pancakes!
I forgot about that.
And then when he's doing the Rock has come back to PlayStation, you see Edge like spearing one of the butlers in the pool.
I remember that.
Pancakes, Rock.
Pancakes! The Kurt Angle one was funnier, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was
I don't know why. I found the Kurt Angle one much more
That's because he
amusing.
was so oblivious as to the damage he was causing.
He's like Dennis the Menace and SpongeBob.
Basically.
So this is Elimination Chamber. Is it potentially can be a good pay-per-view, or do you think it'll be horrible?
I do like the card.
It could be a good paper. It could be like Royal Rumble. All the matches are good except for the outcomes. Because Royal Rumble was a great pay-per-view. It's just I didn't agree with all the winners except for Del Rio. Del Rio was the only one I agree with. Rhodes Scholar should have won the tag titles. Cena winning the Rumble, and you already know my feelings of The Rock. So
Yep. I think it has potential. Just hopefully the Shield doesn't get buried. That's all. That's all. Do not bury the Shield yet. Please do not.
yeah, I'm loving the Shield.
But I'm figuring the only way for Shield to lose and not be buried is for them to disqualify themselves. That's really the only, or injure one of the
Either
stars.
that or have John Cena put the STF on one of them, and they don't tap out; they pass out, which is not going to happen. It wouldn't even matter.
I don't know. I just feel like there. I don't see that happening. Either.
No.
Everybody taps out to the STF.
Everybody taps out.
Oh, unless you're The Rock.
Well, no.
No, you fall asleep if you're The
You
Rock.
fall asleep and then you wake up.
Then you wake up and realize, oh wait, I'm in a match.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to this part of the show where we're doing what ifs with TNA wrestlers. Great, right?
All right.
feel like
How do we do this?
So we're gonna put TNA wrestlers, how they would be used in WWE.
Ah, okay, that's interesting.
Nice little gimmick.
Now, what-
we say.
You put the whole roster, and I know there's going to be some people
That were in
know-
WWE.
that
They
nobody
were in
cares
WWE
about.
already, but I put them in anyway.
That even TNA doesn't care about.
So, and it's, like I said, it's going to be either heel, face, jobber, title.
Can we
What-
expand on our
Yeah,
reason?
you can expand if you want.
Okay.
You can expand, and we're going to start with Ant-Man.
Yay!
Okay.
Wow, I just saw a few names already.
Yeah,
So I'll
thanks.
try and pick a name that I didn't look at. Eric Young.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I see a tag team jobber for Zack Ryder. That's what I see. You can't have Zack Ryder keep losing on his own, so now you give him a tag team so he could lose with. So now he'll at least have a friend.
And then he'll have a friend on your show.
Yes, exactly.
Steve?
Eric Young. I see him being the white guy in Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. He'll do the whole whoop, hula, 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 like he's trying to fit in with them
it's
too.
hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah,
There you
hurrah.
go.
He's trying to fit in and he can't fit in, and they do like some sort of race angle where they're like, "Man, you're white," and
Man,
Eric
you white.
A race.
and Eric Young can't.
And then
fit in.
Zeb Coulter will come out and
Yes.
say, "What are you doing?"
What are you
Zeb
doing?
Coulter will rescue him.
Yes.
I think Mr. Eric Young will be a jobber. That's pretty much his. That's my take. Steve, close your eyes. No peeking.
Okay, I got it. Alex Silva. I don't know who this guy is. Guys.
and neither will the WWE
Can I pick
Universe.
again? Let me pick again. I don't know who that guy was.
Okay.
And neither
does the
Steve
WWE.
says that he doesn't know who he is. Neither does the WWE Universe. Therefore, he will be nothing. He will make an appearance on Main Event, jobbing to Ryback.
Yes.
Okay, I know this guy, Kazarian. Okay, Kazarian. I think I would put him on SmackDown. That's the first thing I would do.
Smart move.
Smart move, yes. The first thing I would do is bring him on SmackDown, and I would have him as a babyface. I would have him come in. I would have him be that face that always comes close to winning, but he can't.
He can't, I got you.
Just something like he always looks close. In fact, the more matches that he has, the closer he is to winning, and then just something happens, like interference or just the other guy was too smart for him, whatever. And then one day he finally snaps, like he faces a face, and he loses again, but this is like the biggest loss he could have won. Like it could be a title match. And he loses, and he gets so angry that he just flips the hell out and just goes completely nuts.
Do you see him ever get in the title?
In WWE.
Mid-card title, yes. Intercontinental or U.S. I don't see him getting a world title depending on his
Same.
push.
I don't see him getting like a WWE title or any of that title run. I think it'd be like the Kofi of WWE.
Yeah, he would be the Kofi.
That's Ant. You want to say anything more on that, or
No, I think you guys covered it pretty well.
who we got next?
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
I'm afraid to ask.
Me too.
Brooke Hogan.
Oh, yes! This would be a lot of fun.
Oh, I can't wait to do this.
Instant Divas champion, no matter how bad she is in the ring. She will be the general manager also, and rival Vicky Guerrero. And this will eventually lead to, again, a WrestleMania match between Vicky Guerrero and Brooke Hogan, leading to a scene reminiscent of Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. But Vicky has to gain weight back. And that could be part of the storyline.
Oh my God! Why are you doing this to me?
What? I'm giving you a legitimate storyline.
It's a legitimate storyline, but it'll never happen.
It can never. You should never say never.
If it does, we sue, okay? Because that's our storyline we came up with, and
We have this on record,
we have this on record.
and
so
I want full credit.
you'll get half a credit.
No, this is full credit. It just came from
Half
my
a
brain.
credit. It's part of the show.
I came up with a storyline in less than a minute,
Yes.
and the match will be amazing.
I hate you.
Special guest referee.
Hulk Hogan.
No, it'll be.
Eric Bischoff.
I'm thinking Zeb Coulter.
Why Zeb Coulter out of all people?
Because Vicky Guerrero is not an American.
Oh my God. Okay.
And this will
All right,
be
next.
this will be a screw job.
Next.
Pick a name.
Don't look.
We got your point.
It was impressive, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, well, Rob Van Dam.
RVD, welcome back.
Welcome back to the
Welcome
WWE.
back indeed. I think I was gonna get back into WWE. Stop smoking pot, but
Here's what they should do. When Rob Van Dam comes back, Triple H comes out of retirement for the sole purpose of re-burying him. Destroying everything
No.
he's there for.
I got a better one. He should form a faction with Evan Bourne and R-Truth.
Oh.
They can be called the Potheads. No, what they did. What was it? Synthetic weed.
Okay.
They got suspended for synthetic weed. Like RVD, like is smoking pot backstage, and then Evan Bourne and R-Truth try to introduce him to synthetic weed so that he doesn't have to pay a fine.
Oh,
and they try to hide it, but like everyone's trying to prove they're doing weed. And then when they do, they have to like take a 30-day hiatus.
Oh,
good God.
And then they come back and CM Punk tries to put them in the straight edge society.
well, you know, in all kidding aside, I think we all know what would happen. RVD would make one appeance and then get suspended for
Suspended, like,
violating
20
the drug
days.
policy.
20 day, like
That's
I'm
it.
for something stupid.
All right.
Poor RVD. No looky.
Madison Rain.
That's interesting, actually.
Madison Rain.
She might have the look that WWE looks for in Divas.
Diva.
The only thing, how would you book Madison Rain? You would have to make her a valet because they don't really care about the women's division too much. I would say if she's going to be a valet, she has to be a valet for somebody who needs it.
Right.
Like it can't be somebody that's already established. It has to be somebody who needs it. Like Bo Dallas maybe.
Right.
Like have her be with Bo Dallas. I don't know.
I can
That's
see
all I
that.
really have.
I can understand that. But in reality, what would she be?
Jobber or Divas champion that no one wants to see.
makes absolutely no appearances.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something about TNA knockouts making an appearance on WWE that just doesn't go well.
You're right.
So
You're right. Next we have Chavo Guerrero.
oh well,
Next.
they would they would bring back the Kerwin White gimmick.
Kerwin White. I
Next.
wake up every morning.
Next.
Can't wait to embrace the
Joey
day.
Ryan. Can I pick again?
Yeah, pick again.
I know Joey Ryan.
Would you like to explain them?
Okay, Joey
Take
Ryan is pretty much like our current day Rick Rude in a sense, except that he's more mobile. Joey Ryan, the way I would book him in WWE, he would have a comedy feud with Zack Ryder. They would be on their web show. Joey Ryan would then be arrested for assault.
Wow.
Sexual assault. And
Wait, to Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder.
Wait, are you suggesting that Joey? Oh my
Oh
goodness!
my God! Pick again.
This is PG.
This is PG.
True.
Pick again.
That is interesting though.
Horrible.
I mean, a
Yeah,
rape
interesting.
angle. How about that?
All right, go ahead.
Christy Hemme.
Oh God.
Same thing with Madison Rain.
Yeah.
Potential valet. but will probably end up not appearing on Raw.
Enough said.
Oh, well, no, actually, maybe they give her some attention.
Maybe.
She definitely wouldn't be as well known as she is in TNA.
Taylor Hendricks. I know who this is, but I have not seen enough of her. So can I pick again?
Yes.
I don't know her gimmick.
Pick
I don't.
again.
She's a part of OVW. I know that.
You can gladly pick again.
Thank you. Oh, here's a good one. Christopher Daniels.
I've said this before, I'll say it
Ooh.
again. He may never go to the WWE because he's over 40.
Christopher Daniels. How would I book him?
That's the first thing that WWE looks like is age. And they're not very big on 40-year-olds.
All right, but let's not even concentrate on 40. Let's concentrate on how we would book him if we were the bookers.
Okay.
All right. If I was the booker, the first thing I would do is have vignettes for him. Do the little because we know his gimmick. He's all religious. He does the gimmick where he's. Here's what you would do. He's coming to save everybody from a destruction or Judgment Day, and but it has to be video packages that are like very cryptic. You don't know what they're all about. And then one day you have a big match, John Cena versus whoever. He comes out and he attacks John Cena. And he goes on the mic and he says, the reason I've beaten up John Cena is this. Judgment Day is upon us. We don't know when it could be. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be this, that, and the other. I am a martyr. I am a savior, and I'm here to save everybody because Cena here has sinned. He promotes himself as a great human being, but yet he does all these whatever backstage or whatever. Mm-hmm. He brings up all these dastardly deeds. And I'm here to save everybody because Judgment Day is upon us, and I'm here to help every one of you because I don't want to see you down in the pits below. I want you all to join me because I was a fallen angel, and now I'm here to rise up.
Now, so you basically throw him right into the main event?
Right into the main event.
Okay.
Because that kind of...
As a heel.
As a heel.
Do you think he's... do you think he's well equipped enough to...
Yes.
To be a good... Okay.
He's good, because I've seen enough of Christopher Daniels to know that he can carry his own on the mic, and if you want, you can give him two guys to back him up like a faction.
It's kind of sad where he's at right now in TNA.
I don't even know what he's doing. He's tag team with Kazarian.
So.
Yeah. He recently had a title match with Jeff Hardy, and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I put him as a mid-card. I don't think he's ready for the big time yet.
Well, if you do what I said, you could probably get him over instantly.
Hernandez.
Vicky Guerrero's new boyfriend.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I wasn't even trying to be serious, but okay.
Makes sense. That works for him.
good enough.
Good enough, yeah.
More interesting than anything he can do in the ring.
True.
Gunner.
Pick again.
Let me pick again.
Pick again.
Whoa, wait a second.
Why is he even in?
Why is he even in there?
Why'd you add all these names?
You should have
Because
just.
I was looking at the TNA current
Trying to be
roster,
fair.
and this is the current roster.
Yeah, but you got some OVW names in there.
Christian
Yeah.
Christian York.
York.
He was tag team with Joey Mercury before Joey Mercury became WWE Superstar.
No, the WWE should rename him Christopher Pork and give him a gimmick where he's just really obsessed with pork. Where, like, there'll be various backstage segments of him
Eating pork,
or maybe bacon, ham, things like that.
Well, if you say that, then might as well team him up with Ryback, because I heard Ryback's got a pretty
Well,
good appetite.
he's really hungry.
That's what I was getting at.
He should
because he can eat Christopher Pork's bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and Christopher Pork will be really upset. And then you have this huge feud between Ryback and Christopher Pork.
Ryback, you know what? He should be the spokesperson for like hungry kids in Africa.
Yes, and then what'll happen is they'll go at it, and there's a stipulation where the loser has to go vegan.
Oh
My God.
Can you imagine what would happen to Ryback if he went vegan? Oh my goodness.
He'll have to face trees.
Oh boy.
He'll have to go up against trees.
I think that's gold.
Is it my turn yet? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, come on. WWE has come up with worse than that.
Ugh, this is gonna be hard. Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin's very hard because I know they won't do anything with him, but if I had to book him, first thing I would do is bring him in and team with a guy like Evan Bourne or Tyson Kidd. Get him over that way, have him go for the tag team titles. Can't really do much with a guy like Chris Sabin in WWE.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. To the point. Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
It's
Sorry.
Wow.
Johnny Boy's turn.
It's okay.
Aha! James Storm.
Ooh.
Boy, this is tough.
I know what I would do with them, but...
He seems like he would be a guy who would be, like, right smack in the middle between the mid-carder and main event.
I know what I would do with him, somewhat. I would have him come out, win the Intercontinental title, and after he's done his mid-card title run, up to WrestleMania, have him call out Steve Austin.
Steve Austin.
Because he wants to prove he's a real Texan.
Okay. So obviously as a heel.
Obviously as a heel,
Okay.
yes.
Next.
Understandable. Makes sense.
Not really much you can do with James Storm on that regard.
So you would keep the cowboy gimmick?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because James Storm does it well. In fact, I've always preferred James Storm over Robert Roode, to be honest.
What?
Okay. You mean Bobby Roode?
Bobby
Bobby
Roode.
Roode.
Yeah.
No.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. That's the correct pronunciation.
Okay.
That's how Christy Hemme says it. That's his name.
Yeah.
Now this is interesting because
He's not Abyss. He's Joseph Park.
no, that's his brother.
That's his brother.
Clearly, Joseph Park is Abyss's brother, not the same person. Oh boy, I really don't even know where to go with this because I don't know whether to bring him back with the Abyss gimmick or to continue the Joseph Park thing. I don't think they would continue the Joseph Park thing.
They would probably bring him in as Abyss.
Yeah, they would probably bring him back as Abyss. I don't know. I guess the only way to put over a new monster is for him to take out another monster.
Kane.
Well, they usually use Kane. But he's masked now, so maybe they won't use him. Maybe they'll spare him this time. So it seems like Khali would be the guy. You know?
Okay.
If you really want to put him over, have him take out Mark Henry. You know?
Yeah.
But again, he's age-wise, he's getting up there. I think he could still move all right.
Yeah.
You know, good enough for a monster. So, I think WWE would bring him back as a monster, but I don't know if they would. I guess they would throw him into the title picture a few times, but I don't know that they would have him actually win it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he probably wouldn't be called Abyss. He would probably be called something like
Black Hole.
something like that.
I
something
think they
else.
should do something like where like something with Kane's brother. Like
You think they should?
Yeah,
include
they should
him
like
as
something like
another brother to the Brothers of
Yeah.
Destruction.
You know, we have that type of storyline.
We did, well,
But it's a long story. We won't get into it.
yeah.
Is there any more names?
hold on.
Well, this. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I picked Abyss.
Yeah, of all names.
That was interesting.
He's picking.
This should be good.
Oh. Guess who I got?
Yeah, let's guess.
Let's guess what I got.
All right. Judging by your reaction, it's someone who can't be taken seriously. I would say. I was about to say ODB, but no. Let's see, John. You want to guess?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Just hold on a sec. Oh boy, I really want to guess this because I mean I feel like I should know. After the way you reacted just now.
Jeff Jarrett.
No.
It's not Jeff Hardy, right?
No.
Who is it?
I'll just show it to you. Bully Ray!
Bully Ray!
Bully Ray! Okay.
Okay, well.
He would come in, he would feud with the Be a Star campaign.
He's a big bully.
He's a
okay?
big bully, but then they find a weak spot in him, and then he gets bullied every week. Even the women make fun of him
Yeah, right?
for his size in more ways than one. So, that's it.
Bully Ray.
That's it, Bully Ray. Then he becomes Bullied Ray.
Bullied Ray.
Bullied Ray.
I get you. Aha! Vince's love bird in TNA. Vince loves him.
AJ?
Yep.
AJ Styles.
Well, this is one that people have always dreamed about, actually.
I
Not
didn't.
necessarily in a good way, but it's always that what if, what if AJ Styles was in the WWE, where would he be? Various legends have come out and said that's the one guy they would like to wrestle.
Yeah, Bret Hart being one of them.
Right.
But then again, Bret Hart has criticized his size. He said
understand he is a small guy, but he did acknowledge his talent, and for Bret Hart to say that is it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Well, yeah, who picked AJ Styles? Was it
He
you?
did.
Well, what would you do with him?
Not main card right away. Like going
Yeah, you
no
can't.
title picture yet.
Can't.
I'd slowly build him up and see where it goes from there. You know, I maybe he could be the Daniel Bryan, like maybe start with like a yes gimmick or something like that.
Well, you can't duplicate a yes gimmick.
No, you can't duplicate it, but something towards that. You know, and just like I said, build him up with a gimmick. You know, he's AJ Styles. What gimmick does he have
Something
in TNA?
to get the crowd going, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Because
Do you think he's good enough on the mic to
No.
advance?
No, that's
No,
it.
he has to be face. He has to be
He has
baby
to be
face.
Yeah.
He can't be heel. He's just not a
He doesn't
believable.
have
But
it.
but first I could see him, like I said, going like being the Kofi of TNA. I mean, Kofi
WWE.
of WWE.
Yeah, I
you
can
know?
see that.
Which sucks, but what can you do? Ant-Man?
All right. Well, no. I think if AJ Styles just makes sure that he doesn't mess anything up with Randy Orton, he'll be good.
Yes, he'll be fine.
Just when you get in your push, don't
Don't
get up before
hurt
the
him.
punt. Velvet Sky.
Oh, I love this woman.
All right. Well, she did make an appearance on WWE a long time ago. On Sunday Night Heat, I believe. She lost to Victoria. Tara now.
Tara.
She definitely has the look that the WWE usually searches for. Blonde hair, big rack, things like that. I really don't know. I guess you just throw her in the Divas division. Again, whenever I pick a woman, I feel like I don't even need to come up with a storyline because they don't.
Because they don't even care.
Right. So I really don't even have to come up with it.
And then-
I do think she would fit in well.
Do you know why they probably have a women's division? Title IX. That's probably why they have it.
I'm sorry?
Title IX. You never heard of Title IX? It's pretty much a law, or not a law, but like a statement that says that you can't allow, or you can't say you can't compete in this sport because you're a woman.
Okay.
It's all about, you
Oh,
can't.
that's what you're referring to. I thought you were talking about some internet thing.
No,
like,
it's not an internet thing.
Like Rule 42.
No.
Okay. As he picks out of the hat, he just rolls his eyes.
Somebody that he hates.
Yeah.
No, it's not somebody I hate. It's not somebody I hate.
Somebody who's a terrible wrestler.
No, somebody who was previously employed with this company.
Okay, let's take a guess. Well, not Jeff Hardy.
No. I'll give you a hint, and it's going to be a dead giveaway. This is what caused Drew McIntyre's career.
Taryn Terrell. Tiffany. Yet another woman.
I'd have her come back right at the cusp end of 3MB when they're about to break up, and have her come back to remind Drew McIntyre that I beat you up. And then Drew McIntyre has to prove himself, so he gives her the, what's this finisher? Culture shock or whatever? Give her the
I
finisher.
haven't seen it in years.
Have him be a woman beater.
I thought you... Whoa, okay.
Wow, whoa.
Well, they had that once with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was a woman beater.
Well, I would say... I knew you would go woman beater, to be honest. I just thought you would say... Have her come into the company and immediately take a World's Strongest Slam through the announce table.
should,
That's
yeah,
what I thought you would say, but I mean, you still went the woman beater way. That I guess. See, the problem with that storyline is 3MB will never end. They're here to stay.
I got one. I got one thing for you. One thing for you.
He's not going to be seen, I'm afraid.
You just don't understand that.
You don't give a damn what you people want.
You don't see what I see, but you will. 20 years from now, when 3MB is inducted into the WWE
Ant-Man,
Hall of Fame,
don't make me play it again.
you will be sorry.
Ant-Man.
Just pick. Who did you pick?
Crimson.
What do you do with a guy like Crimson?
Why'd you pick a color from the hat? Aren't we supposed to be picking wrestlers?
Next.
Yes.
Not to be mean to Crimson. Sorry.
Oh, he's gonna tell you to shut up.
Yeah. Zeman Ion.
I like Zema Ion. I'm one of the few that likes him.
I
Oh,
think
God.
I know what would happen. The WWE would sign him along with Kenny King and have that same match
Over and
every
over
week,
again.
just like TNA does.
All right.
Over and
Oh, you know
over.
what? I wanted to save this for the rant. Let's discuss something here with Zema Ion. All right. Remember last year when he had that match with Jesse Sorensen where he injured him?
I actually do remember that.
The
yeah.
the moonsault where he broke his neck. Okay. Now, logic would tell you, because they had a big X Division tournament, which Zema Ion won. He won the X Division title. And in the lead up to that, they kept bringing that up, that he moonsaulted on top of Jesse Sorensen, which caused his neck injury. Okay? So he wins the title. And not only that, when he won the title, Christy Hemme interviewed him, he brought up the injury. Not only that, before his final match, he bumped into Jesse Sorensen. So logic would tell you this. Have Zema Ion go on this run, have a long, lengthy run with the X Division title. Nobody can beat him. Jesse Sorensen comes back, wants to avenge not only his injury, but to get the X Division title, build a big pay-per-view match, have Jesse Sorensen win, boom, buys, money, star. Instead, who does Zema Ion lose the X Division title to before Jesse even comes back? RVD, Mr. Pothead himself. And I love RVD. Why does this company not follow logic? It's right there in the palm of your...
Well, you have to understand. You have to understand that the fact that RVD was employed by the WWE automatically justifies giving him a title.
And screwing up that big plan that you could have built 2 stars out of.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Because I'm one of the few that really like Zema Ion. I think he has a lot of potential. He's really good. I saw him when he was called Shima Zion. But, yeah, that's just my opinion. And Jesse Sorensen, I haven't seen enough of him to judge. Right. But it doesn't matter what my opinion is. It's the fact you had a storyline in the palm of your hands that you could have built him as a big star. So, all right.
It is a shame when you do have that obvious...
Wait, you picked that name, right?
Yeah.
No, who? You?
I did.
Okay.
So it's my turn. Yay.
Yay!
Oh,
Devon?
Why do I... That's...
Excuse me why I say this. Next!
Well, no. Devon's a big enough... He's kind of a big enough name that we can actually do something.
Yeah, we can.
So what's he gonna do? The brother Devon?
No, Reverend Devon.
Reverend Devon.
You can bring him back.
Yes, he's this time he's actually going to be a pastor, and his ring attire will be like the way with the pastor collar.
Yeah, the pastor guy.
That's what and there will be one instant where Daniel Bryan chokes him with it.
Yes,
and that's why he's gonna have a feud with Daniel Bryan.
He should have Dika Batista back, and any time like they come into the ring, Devon hands him the mic. Give me my spotlight.
give me my spotlight.
Yes.
And then Devon talks, and that's all he says. He just says, "Give me my spotlight."
Right.
Ooh, this is interesting. Doug Williams. I would have him come in. Not as an anti-American. I hate when they do that.
The anti-American thing?
It's overdone, and it's not that it's overdone, it's just that they don't evolve it. They don't try anything new with it. The last time they did something new with it was with Muhammad Hassan, where he was an American-born, but he hated the fact that people discriminated his ancestors or his family because of Arab descent because of 9/11. Doug Williams, I would bring in... Yeah, you can acknowledge he's English. You can bring up the fact that he's... savvy and European. Maybe, you know what I would do? I'd team him up with Claudio. I'd have
Who's
them...
Claudio?
Who's Claudio?
That guy that's holding the U.S. title.
Who's Claudio? I don't know who this
Anyways, he
Claudio
would
is.
team with Claudio. Enough said.
I still don't know who Claudio is.
You don't have
is
to.
Is he another guy from TNA?
Can I pick again?
Who is it?
Matt Morgan.
I don't care.
I don't like Matt Morgan.
Just because you don't like... I had to pick for Bully Ray. Come on.
Here's what's going to happen. They're going to bring him back
We've
to
seen his WWE run.
Yes,
It was
and this
terrible.
time he's going to come back and they'll actually say he's been gone for that long because he's been working on his speech impediment.
Oh, yeah.
And he will take Jack Swagger under his wing, but Jack Swagger will be offended that Matt Morgan believes he needs to fix his lisp. Therefore, we will have an incredible feud about speech impediments.
This is ridiculous.
No, come on. I'm trying to make some different
Buys.
points
I
here.
got you, I got
You
you.
always have the anti-American
I
thing,
know.
we hate the fans and all that stuff. What about a speech impediment feud?
It'd be nice.
Right? Can you imagine the promos?
That'd be awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
I guess I'm going. Alright, so please don't be somebody terrible. Gail Kim. Oh.
Wait, no, alright.
Did we...
Oh, I got something for her.
What?
Let's hear it.
Every match, she has to just walk out.
Walk out.
Just walk out. No reason. She just walks out.
We've seen what
Yes.
We've seen what
Every match.
WWE has done to her. It's enough said.
Yeah. She shouldn't even be in the hat. I mean, that's
I know.
that's so not even a possibility.
Chris Parks. I don't know who this is. I gotta get a new name.
Oh, Joe, it's... Wow, who is
No, it's not Joseph Park.
It's not... Who is Chris? If you guys know who Chris Parks is, let us
He
know.
must be a new guy that I haven't seen. Ah! Bobby Roode!
Bobby Roode.
Bobby
Bobby
Roode!
Roode.
The Ric Flair. I see him as the Ric Flair WWE.
No, more
can
of a
bring-
Rick Rude.
Well, more of that, or I put him like Intercontinental title range. And
That's
then-
all you could really do with him is... Yeah.
That's too bad because I do like him in the main event. I do like him in the main event. I'll put it that way.
I've just never been a fan of him.
Obviously, his name won't be Bobby Roode. It'll be something else.
It'll be Robbie.
To me,
Robbie Who or something.
I've never hated him.
It just has to end in a D that is never pronounced.
I never hated him, never loved him. He's just there to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see him. Who's that?
Kurt Angle.
Oh.
At this point, this is one of the more possible ones since he said recently that he's going to be done, 2 years?
I thought he signed an extension deal.
I don't remember. I think he signed a 1-year extension.
So it's something. I thought it was 1 or 2.
Okay. Well, we do expect Kurt
Actually,
Angle.
hold up. That doesn't matter because in 2007, Christian signed a 3-year deal.
Right.
And he left in 2009.
Right.
Very early.
So it's always a possibility. It would be interesting because, I mean, Kurt Angle, he's such a well-known name in the WWE.
Yes.
But the problem is he's too old now to even. I mean, it's been too long.
I know.
I mean, I saw that match with Samoa Joe. He's not the same guy anymore. Again, he can still put on better matches than I would say like 90% of the WWE roster. But in terms of his health,
That's true.
I think
Stay healthy.
yeah,
You
a
picked him.
part-timer,
You picked-
maybe a main eventer who wouldn't win the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
He'll be in that area, like I don't know, just feuding with somebody.
Next.
Right on the topic. Garrett Bischoff.
Next.
Yeah, please.
Shh.
We all know how he'd fare. Yes, we all do.
Yeah.
Sam Shaw. I guess I'm going again.
Yeah, go again.
These are names that are like an OVW. I don't know these guys.
Let's see. SoCal Val. I just like saying that name.
SoCal Val.
Like Savio Vega?
I like saying Savio Vega also.
How about Fandango?
Fandango!
I was saying that
go,
needs to be his theme song. It just needs Fandango,
Go,
and it
go,
keeps just going
go,
as an infinite loop. And then
And it should play through his match, too.
yes, and then when he wins the title at WrestleMania in the main event, that'll be the last song playing, with the pyro going off, and all you hear is go.
Remember when we used to think if Carlito won the title at Mania, like he would look in the ring, cry, and go, "Now that's cool,"
Oh, yeah.
and the music going off the fire.
You want to pick again?
No. SoCal Val is clearly very important because TNA found her more important than a certain match that she was involved in.
Yes, Sanjay Dutt and Jay
I think we
Lethal.
all remember this,
Remember that?
where there was an actual match going on,
they
and
keep
the
focus-
camera focused on SoCal Val.
Yep.
This needs to happen again, where she's a valet for someone else, and there will be a match between Dolph Ziggler and said wrestler that she will be valeting for. But nobody will be watching that match. They'll be watching a catfight between AJ Lee and SoCal Val on the outside of the ring. And that'll be the running gag because since Ziggler loses all the time anyway, nobody would be paying attention to it.
Wes Briscoe.
Hey, wait, it's my turn.
I just fell out of the hat.
Well,
get it
we just
over
got rid of one name,
Yeah.
so you won't have to worry about picking Wes Briscoe.
Yeah, I like that name, Wes Briscoe.
Wes. Next.
Kid Cash.
Oh,
Jobber next.
Next, hey, it's my turn.
He's even worse than he did even worse than Sin Cara. He was. I remember him being cruiserweight champ at one point.
One dirty bitch.
Oh goodness, ODB.
Possibly Divas champion.
But what can you do with a woman in the company?
I don't think. Well, no, I could see that too. Actually, she's different enough.
Yep.
Although I don't.
But they don't care.
I really don't want WWE doing any.
Karma was different. They didn't use her.
Well, that was her fault.
Yes, that is. That was her fault.
That was her fault.
I will give you that. It was a lot her fault.
Although again, ODB, I don't know if she would. Well, I mean, if they signed Karma was a big deal. I don't know if ODB's that big a deal that they would sign her.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. She could be Divas
I think
champion
so.
if they decide
If they push her right.
right, or I should just push her in general. You know,
Because
I
my
mean,
next pick
Divas
his?
don't get pushed anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I just hope,
Sad.
please, no photo shoots with a ODB.
Yeah, oh God. No
Please.
photos, please. You know what my next pick is?
Let's hear it.
Ta-ta for now.
Yes! Sting! This is the pick I've been waiting for. Sting needs to come back in his Joker
Let me
gimmick.
and feud with the Undertaker.
He
correct?
needs to come into the WWE, and every show, every edition of Raw or SmackDown, he has to have a new gimmick. He can't just stay with one.
You know, he should go back to Surfer Sting.
No, wait, excuse me. I don't want to rip off the Charlie Haas gimmick. Never mind. He needs to stay with Joker Sting. That's clearly the greatest gimmick he's ever had. Obviously.
I give up.
He needs to be...
I give up.
You're not the only one.
And they need to bring back Doink the Clown so that he can feud with him. And Doink will put over Sting. And Sting will feud with... let's see. Who can he feud with? Mark Henry. And it'll just be an amazing feud. I think he will change the
I'm
face.
starting to agree with Vince. You should shut up.
He's going to change the face of WWE.
Stop it.
And then he'll have the best running gag has to be that he never has the match with
Will
the
you
Undertaker
pick
at WrestleMania.
from the hat?
Just pick.
Just pick. Steve's look at that. Steve's in another world right now.
No, because it is another Sting being in the WWE.
Will you stop it?
Can you imagine? He'll be on Saturday Morning Slam all the time.
Oh my God. Next.
And he could be at the
Don't make me play it again.
At
Don't
the Be
make
a
me
Star
play it.
rallies,
Oh my God.
making fun of the bullies, and giving them Joker-like promos as to why they shouldn't be bullies.
Steve is ready to. He's got this look on his face.
Just read the next
Just read the next line.
My next line is Austin Aries.
Oh, that's good.
It is good because I do like Austin Aries.
The greatest man that ever lived.
No wait.
Okay.
That was his gimmick.
You remember?
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yes.
Of all of 8.
Yep.
The day that Macho Man died.
Yes. Sad day.
I would like to put out there, this is not a joke. At all. Not a joke at all. I'm being dead serious here. Honest to God, when I found out Randy Savage had died, I was eating a Slim Jim. I'm not even joking.
I remember.
That's
You
it.
made me cry, man.
No,
And it was really weird because I didn't even realize I was eating the Slim Jim until I was done with it. When I crumpled up the wrapper.
I have a stranger story for you. I have a way stranger story. Over the Edge, 1999. If anybody knows this pay-per-view, you should.
Owen Hart dies.
When I was watching this
Spoiler
pay-per-view,
alert.
I was 10 years old. I had a bunch of action figures. I'd be in the same room with my mom. My mom would watch with me. I was playing with them. I was doing some sort of Royal Rumble match. And all of a sudden, I dropped my Owen Hart figure.
Look what you did.
And then 5 minutes later, they announced that Owen Hart had fell from the
So
ceiling.
we have a confession.
Yes, we have a confession.
I was so scared. And then, here's the scarier part. Freaking later on the night, when JR announces that Owen Hart's dead, I have the figure in my left hand. And I tossed it. I'm like, get that away from me.
Look what you did. Look what you did.
Obviously, it was some sort of voodoo doll that Steve had created.
Yes.
That's an even scarier story.
Clearly, because he
God.
didn't like the blue blazer gimmick.
Yes.
No, I love Blue
So
Blazer.
Steve wanted to end it before it happened.
When I was a kid, I loved Blue Blazer. I loved him.
Wait,
Hey, it's my turn. It's my
Well,
turn.
hold on, wait. There's another story,
Oh,
actually, with
is
Randy
it?
Savage.
You really want Brooke Tessbach?
Hey,
Yes.
I think she's hot. I'm sorry. I think she
She
is fine.
is, I would say, in
But I don't want
in my view, the hottest women wrestler out there right now.
I'm surprised.
That's what I would say.
It's-
I mean, I like
debatable.
I like Velvet Sky, but I like
Those
Respect
two are
Monster a
my
lot more.
favorite. Eve was really hot. I liked Eve.
Again, I don't know what they would do with Brooke. Really, they would just
Nah.
have her there again.
So
She is
far,
fine.
there's one name that hasn't been picked out yet. I'm very surprised.
Are you talking about Hulk Hogan?
No.
Rockstar Spud?
He's the British boot camp champion.
Give me another
Another
name.
name.
This has got to be Hulk Hogan.
You got it!
Yes.
You got it!
I was waiting for somebody to pick Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
I was
Hulk
expecting
Hogan-
that name.
Here's what's gonna happen. Hogan comes back, and he beats The Rock.
He beats The Rock.
And then he beats John. No, he's entered in the WrestleMania match between The Rock and John Cena, and he does a double atomic leg drop, and beats them both, pins them both at the same time. And then he beats Brock Lesnar.
He beats the Shield.
He'll eliminate the Shield.
He's back. Hulk Hogan is back.
Well, let's see what else is going on. He'll turn 3MB face and help them rise to the top.
Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna say it again.
And then let's see what else is Hogan.
Come on,
do?
Vince. Where are you?
What else can Hogan do?
Vince. Say it. Thank you.
He can bury CM Punk.
Yes, he's gonna
Bury CM Punk.
There'll be some kind of storyline where CM Punk actually never did lose the title to The Rock.
Yeah.
Where it's stripped of the record books, and then Hogan actually beats CM Punk.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Good God.
This is just how it's
gotta
going to
be. He should shove vitamins down Paul Heyman's throat.
Yes, exactly. And then he'll get in a feud with Jack Swagger about how
Americans.
Zeb Coulter is a racist.
Yes.
And that's not what America's about. I like it.
Next. King.
And all these storylines will take place at the same time.
Okay. King Mo Lol. Ain't that MMA guy?
Yeah.
Next. Jeremy Borash. Announcer.
Yeah, he needs to be backstage.
Backstage, ball choosing.
Do you ever see that skit with him, Scott Steiner, and some woman, and Scott Steiner's like, "I'll be the modifier." You mean moderator? Shut up!
Hey, that's like the one with Scott Steiner. Get my bag!
Get my bag! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! No, shut up, Ned! You're a dump! You get the GPS! You're a dump! Get my bags! Get my bags!
I'm hungry.
I'll make. And then he goes up to the girl, shows his muscles, and he's like, "Karen Angle, you're not the American hero. I am."
I'm hungry.
And he calls him Karen Angle.
I'm hungry. That's the only thing I'm hungry at the
I'm
end.
standing up to your dumb redneck.
Well, he has to say that tonight he's Britishing. Don't forget that part. That was very important. Tonight he's British.
All right, what do you got?
Kenny King.
Ooh.
Oh my! I covered this.
Yes, we covered it already.
Obviously, he's signed automatically with Zema Ion, and that will be the only feud he's ever.
Your turn.
So far, no one's picked one name out of his hat yet. That I'm quite surprised.
What name?
If I'll ever get to it.
Mike Tenay, yes. this is the name I've been waiting for. Mike Tenay, throughout the entire time we've been picking names from the hat, I've been waiting for Mike Tenay.
Have you?
I have. Obviously, JR's not, he hasn't been doing what he's not the announcer anymore, he's not regular. Even when he does do the announcing, he doesn't seem to be into it as much as he used to be. It's a shame. Mike Tenay will change all that.
Will he?
You know how JR made me think wrestling was real? Mike Tenay will take it to the next level and really give me a sort of passion I haven't had for wrestling since I was a kid.
Okay, next.
It's my turn.
And he will be involved in a feud with Michael Cole.
We'll get this out of the way. Robbie E., Zack Ryder, enough said.
Team with Rob. Either a team or a feud.
Did you pick it?
I picked two.
Uh-oh.
Jesse Sorensen. Next. Taz.
Just give him a tux.
Give him a tux.
Give him a tux.
Make him bring up the Aces and Eights storyline in WWE, and nobody knows what's going on, but he just brings it up anyway.
But you know he needs to wear a plaid tux.
Plaid tux.
Have the best of both worlds there, and just you know what they're gonna do? They're just gonna throw him back on the SmackDown table.
Yes.
Yep. Wait, he's got to wear the tux.
But he's got to wear the
tux.
plaid tux. Is this my pick?
Yes, it is. It came out of the hat while it was
Hector Guerrero.
Next.
They will make a storyline where they say Eddie Guerrero never died.
Yes.
If there was a conspiracy, our truth will turn heel.
Yes.
He'll say there's a conspiracy. Eddie Guerrero's still alive.
Wrestling on an island. We get it.
Yes. They'll come back better than ever.
Hey, you can pick for this time since that came out of the hat.
I'm really interested to see which wrestler you've been waiting for. Jeff Hardy?
No.
Is that him?
No.
Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey.
Enough said. We see what he does in WWE. Probably another title.
The same thing. Same thing.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Someone picked the name already.
Samoa Joe.
That's got to be the name.
No.
The next Umaga.
No, I can see him.
I can
Good
see.
card.
I could see Samoa Joe being a dominant monster.
Dominant monster, but mid-card, then once he faces Cena.
And when I say
Strange.
dominant monster, not in the vein as Mark Henry or something like just a very tough, intense wrestler.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tara, we've seen she's been in WWE already.
Yep.
Seen enough of her, probably women's champion again. And the name still hasn't been picked yet.
All right, let's see if
I think
can,
it's Scott Steiner.
Is he
No.
on the TNA roster? Doc?
Luke Gallows!
Oh!
Luke Gallows!
Well, he's gonna...
Come back as
we all-
Festus.
Festus!
We all know how amazing his promos are. And how intense he was when Aces and Eights was attacking the wedding.
Yes.
And he was yelling at Brooke Hogan, "Look at your daddy and your husband on the ground."
Oh God, Jeff Bully.
I mean, I don't even know what to do with
Next.
Gallows.
His name still has not been picked yet, and there's 5 left down to 4.
Jeff Jarrett.
There it is.
Jeff Jarrett.
That's the one I've been waiting
Okay.
for.
And
You know what, Vince?
he has to come back as a woman beater, first off.
Oh my God.
Another woman beater.
Yeah, we need another woman beater on the
Goodness.
roster.
This is horrible.
Okay, so he comes back as a woman beater, right? And he beats up women because he knows he can't main event because he was never destined for it. So he just takes his anger out on women because that's the only people he can take his anger out on. And then Triple H comes out and says that I saw what you did in TNA and I'm going to do it 10 times better. I'm going to bury you. And they have a match where it involves politics.
See, I don't even see him in WWE. You know why? They'll sign him to a contract, and he'll be at the door, and Vince is going to say, "You're fired." That's how I see it.
Sign him to a 1 hour contract.
1 hour contract.
No,
1 hour contract.
1 hour clad contract.
Yes, clad. Ironclad.
Ironclad
you have
contract.
to, no. Here's what I think will happen. Jeff Jarrett will return to the WWE and immediately enter a feud with The Rock. Since The Rock mentioned Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett. Oh, it's
on
not
Raw.
Jeff Jarrett.
Because we all know that WWE follows up on these
Yes.
things and has just solid storylines all the time where they don't drop things for no reason. Right?
Right.
And they always finish up their storylines with just clear precision. Just like
Like the Raw general manager.
Yes,
storyline.
brilliant.
So,
you know,
no,
I'd
yes,
always wondered,
definitely.
it makes so much sense.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Alright. Who the uck is Jay Bradley?
Don't know. Don't care.
Next.
Are we almost done?
2 left.
Oh, good.
Magnus.
Oh, the British guy?
Yeah, the British.
He will tag team
The
with
Farouk.
Wade Barrett.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Last
Okay.
one.
Or feud with Wade
Mr.
Barrett.
Anderson.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares.
And last but not least,
Hey, I wanted to pick.
Mickey James.
Right back on top
Right
of the
back
Divas division.
where she was.
Yeah.
Right back on top.
Mhm.
And those are what
It-
ifs.
I don't know, like, the terms she left on, but, I mean, I see her back where she was, really.
Those are what ifs. Elimination Chamber on Sunday. Tune in if you guys want to. If not, you know, I'm ordering it. Everyone's going to be there. Steve, me, Ant-Man, Sarah, Rob, Sabrina, everyone.
Yes.
And
two
we'll
people
review
you
it
know.
on Monday. Should be a
People
good
they
show
don't know.
Monday. Steve will, when we do Saturday shows, he will be here.
Yay.
Yeah.
I said yay.
Yeah, you better say yay. And maybe WrestleMania weekend
Maybe.
during the week, we'll have him. But hopefully we'll do more Saturday shows. It'll be nice. I think the show went well today. And we'll see you guys Monday for the Chamber review. So I'm John.
Ant-Man.
Monoxide.
Will you say your...
Well, you want some subs, right?
That's
Monoxide.
See?
1, 2, 3,
4, 4, 5, 5.
Someone asked me if that was my security code. Like my
right.
social security number.
That definitely can't be yours. All right, well, see you guys later.
Later.